I gotta hit him with the update. I been getting to it when I'm up late. Hit a nigga when you at the front gate. They act like that, no. Hold up. Guess I gotta hit him with the update. Really with it, I ain't got a pump fake. Killer flow and hit him with the one take. Act like that, no. Guess I gotta hit him with the update. I been getting to it when I'm up late. Yes, hit a nigga when you at the front gate. Act like that, no. Guess I gotta hit him with the update. Really with it, I ain't got a pump fake. Killer flow and hit him with the one take. Please tell me what's to them boys. I know they ain't talking about me. Hold up. All up in a nigga DMs for the feature. I know they ain't talking about free. Shorty, no lie, no leap. I ain't gon' lose no sleep. You don't have in this Jeep. What you gon' sow, you gon' reap. Bet I'm gon' kill what I eat by the end of this beat. Put a little honey in my tea. Put a little pep in your step. I bet on my soul we feast. Bet you don't go, I bet you don't know these freaks. Got a hit in that note on key. Put it on baby, on mammy, on God, on me. Fuck nigga, you not no G. I be in the spot low key. I been at the crib, probably wonder how I got your key. They act like they ain't know it. Guess I gotta hit him with the update. I been getting to it when I'm up late. Hit a nigga when you at the front gate. They act like they ain't know. Guess I gotta hit him with the update. Really with it, I ain't got a pump fake. Killer flow and hit him with the one take. Act like they ain't know. Guess I gotta hit him with the update. I been getting to it when I'm up late. Hit a nigga when you at the front gate. Act like they ain't know. Guess I gotta hit him with the update. Really with it, I ain't got a pump fake. Killer flow and hit him with the one take. Please tell me what's to these lanes. They must be out of their mind. Must be. All up in a nigga face tryna hit a blunt. I know he ain't talking about mine. Putting that work on my grind. Putting that perp in my lung. I'm putting that work on her spine. Put a little drink on my tab. Long as she working that back, I ain't hurting, I'm fine. I bet I gon' earn it right back. Nigga just hit up my jack. Got him working my line. I stay in my lane. I ain't even tripping off yours. I'm too damn worried about mine. You not on no ride. Nigga ain't having no motion. We so damn tired of your lies. I ain't one of your guys. Niggas can't fit in my shoes. Little buddy, them not of your size. They act like they ain't know. Guess I gotta hit him with the update. I been getting to it when I'm up late. Hit a nigga when you at the front gate. They act like they ain't know. Guess I gotta hit him with the update. Really with it, I ain't got a pump fake. Killer flow and hit him with the one take. Act like they ain't know. Guess I gotta hit him with the update. I been getting to it when I'm up late. Hit a nigga when you at the front gate. Act like they ain't know. Guess I gotta hit him with the update. Really with it, I ain't got a pump fake. Killer flow and hit him with the one take. I ain't get no rest, cause I'm gon' win, I make plays. So I give my best, and you can say whatever you want about me. Do whatever gon' please you. You ain't never seen nobody come up like this and then catch amnesia. I just cook, serve, repeat. Promise y'all I'm gon' eat. I just cook, serve, repeat. Booming all on your street. I just cook, serve, repeat. Promise y'all I'm gon' eat. I just cook, serve, repeat. Booming all on your street. I been up 6 days a week. I ain't getting no sleep. How they mad already? I ain't hit my peak. If they ain't hate, then you ain't great. Shit, you know how that go. But I been way too hot to worry about no low. I jump off a jet and I'm turning the city up. Niggas know that I'm really up. Shawty thick as a pony, I tell that hoe giddy up. I been beating that kitty up, and I ain't gotta say it, they figured I get it in. I been popping my shit again. Cop a crib on the side where they don't let no niggas in. I been noticed you getting thin. I done mastered the art of my hustle. Man, you niggas one part of my struggle. So it's funny, the moment you get you some money, they flocking, they all in your bubble. I been popping this pimpin', I'm patting my stat sheet. Got my O's in the track meet. Everything that I drop gon' be hard as the last heat. Baby, come get your back beat. I been having this motion, I move like a nurturer nigga. I can't give a fuck how you feel. All of my partners that came up from nothing, you know that I can't keep it nothing but real. Need you a verse, better come with that paper in order. I'm booming, I'm charging them steep. I'm in your city a total of week and a half. You know I ain't come here to sleep. I been going up 10 days straight. I ain't getting no rest, cause I'm gon' win, I make plays. So I give my best, and you can say whatever you want about me. Do whatever gon' please you. You ain't never seen nobody come up like this and then catch amnesia. I just cook, serve, repeat. Promise y'all I'm gon' eat. I just cook, serve, repeat. Booming all on your street. I just cook, serve, repeat. Promise y'all I'm gon' eat. I just cook, serve, repeat. booming all on your street.
I've been up 2 weeks, that's a half months with a half ounce and a whole queen. Herb pack in the backwoods with some backwoods tryna go green. Probably 10, surely not 20s. I'm like, fuck it though, I keep them hoes clean. From the coastline straight to Moline. I just pull pimp, I don't pull lean. Get more green than a golf tee. Come get your issue, get off me. All of my minutes is costly. I've been flicking my wrist, got it frosty. We been up in the score, I've been keeping a tally. My shit like a rally, we moving they soul. Fuck what you thinking, they already know. And as soon as I think it, it already flow. The hell is you saying? You gotta be playing. You niggas ain't coming like this. Hop in the booth and I'm beating the brakes off the mic. I just can't give them nothing but hits. I just been flexing on them, getting reps in. They ain't finished clapping for the next win. Got these niggas greener than they next skin. Stacking heirlooms for the next gen. I been outside, I been beachside, I been east side with the gang. I took a jet ride to the west side for some Roscoe's and a chain. I had to bounce back to the Midwest, went to Chi-Town on the train. I hit the D-Town for the weekend, swerving potholes every lane. I've been going up 10 days straight. I ain't getting no rest, cause I'm gon' win, I make plays. So I give my best, and you can say whatever you want about me. Do whatever gon' please you. You ain't never seen nobody come up like this and then catch amnesia. I just cook, serve, repeat. Promise y'all I'm gon' eat. I just cook, serve, repeat. Booming all on your street. I just cook, serve, repeat. Promise y'all I'm gon' eat. I just cook, serve, repeat. Booming all on your street. I just
run 'em, run 'em, run 'em, run 'em, run 'em, run 'em, run 'em. Yeah, just run 'em. I'm on the mezzanine. I go so hard just to fuck up my enemies. Don't need revenge when success is the remedy. Ain't for the top, I'ma do 'em like Kennedy. Mixing champagne with their Hennessy. They falling off, all these niggas is winning leagues. Life gave me limits, I came out with simply. Look, I don't associate, no, we can't congregate. Focus like number 8, my shit is infinite. Move out the trauma, my therapist healing it, Know that you feeling it, I'm just too weird with this, Came with the bass and I'm slapping you niggas, I feel like I'm willing this, Look, stuck in the fuck shit, kill them all at the top of my bucket list. None of you hoes on my fucking list. I go so hard when I come like this, Look, yeah, I go hard and I run up the numbers. Grinding the winter to fuck up the summer. Telling you niggas beware that I'm coming. Tell me, from the bottom, now stepping on the neck. I've been working, I've been grinding. I need all of my respect. Get it, dollars, yen, euros. Now really cashing checks. Mezzanine is on the deck. Mezzanine is on the deck. Tell me, from the bottom, now stepping on the neck. I've been working, I've been grinding. I need all of my respect. Get it, dollars, yen, euros. Now really cashing checks. Mezzanine is on the deck. Mezzanine is on the deck. Tell them that I'm coming like who I've been coming. Numbers I've been running up and up to something. Never run from nothing, gotta keep it jumping. Make sure these niggas is bumping my shit. I go too hard on the bitch. Used to be late on the rent. Used to make dollars and cents. Now all the figures are 6, bitch. Yeah, tell them other rap niggas better keep quiet. When they got a piece, guess a nigga get violent. Always got mine, guess a nigga come try it. Yeah, stepping away from the bottom feeders. It just me on my album, don't need a feature. Couldn't walk in my shoes, not a kilometer, not a centimeter, bitch. Tell me from the bottom, now stepping on the neck. I've been working, I've been grinding. I need all of my respect. Get it, dollars, yen, euros. Now really cashing checks. Mezzanine is on the deck. Mezzanine is on the deck. Tell me from the bottom, now stepping on the neck. I've been working, I've been grinding. I need all of my respect. Get it, dollars, yen, euros. Now really cashing checks. Mezzanine is on the deck. Mezzanine is on the deck.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? This you. Oh shit! I'm over here finna knock over tables and everything. Anyway, what's going on? It's your boy Big Dog Barking, and this is the Front Office Files. Like I told y'all, I'm going away from the relationship conversation, and I'm gonna focus on sports. Now I will dabble in relationship here and there, but not too much. I will talk about other things, you know what I'm saying? Stuff I don't know too much about, like politics, technology, you know what I'm saying, little fashion and music, and I'm just gonna hop around, you know what I'm saying. But the main focus over here is sports, you know what I'm saying. So it is what it is, you know what I'm saying. We come down to Memphis 10, and how y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Now, before we get into today's topics in the world of sports and sports adjacents, y'all hit that like button as y'all enter the building. Likes are free, likes are appreciated. Hit that share button, tell somebody to put their eyes on me, you know what I'm saying? And subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,300 before the end of the year. I'm trying to get monetized by the end of the year. That's 6 months, ladies and gentlemen. So help your brother out so I can get monetized and get these 1,300. You know what I'm saying? Also, comment. I will be responding to comments and live action. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's in that. Hold on. Can I do my show without y'all arguing? What you mean? So hold on. What y'all? Genuine and serious question. What you got at? I hear y'all. Yeah. What?
Sorry to interrupt you guys. What's for dinner? Mama said ask you. Fine time. Never right.
Hamburgers I get.
Perfect. Somebody over here wanted some. The turkey burgers.
Turkey burgers, yeah.
Somebody wanted to be.
Turkey burgers. We ain't got no fries though. We got no chips. Oh. Anyway. What's going on, TC, man? What's going on? Anyway, yeah, so like I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by my son and his I guess his future wife. I don't know, they be with the shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're trying to figure out what's for dinner tonight, and I guess turkey burgers and chips. But speaking of which, man, I had a nice long conversation with her folks yesterday. You know what I'm saying? It was really interesting. And she just came over here and just asked me what her and her daddy talked about. And I had to tell her, I was like, man, real recognize real. Because she was like, my dad don't talk to nobody. I was like, what he was talking to me? So real recognize real, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I like her folks, you know what I'm saying? They straight out of New Orleans. Straight out of New Orleans. So they cool people, you know what I'm saying? We got a little I guess we have a play date Friday. I guess that what my son said, a play date. So yeah, we're gonna be over there. Me and my wife going over there, kick with them Friday. So it is what it is. But anyway. Anyway, let me get this first thing out the way before we get into my main topic. And I ain't gonna be up here too long. About 45 minutes of an hour. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, maximize and minimize at the same time. I'm trying to do something. Like I said, I'm trying to get monetized by December 31st. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to reach a sub count of 1,300 by December 31st. So like I said, y'all help brought out. But
Vanessa Bryant was in the news this weekend. So allegedly, she was supposed to have been pregnant. That was the rumor that I heard Saturday. That Vanessa Bryant, the mother of the wife of the late great Kobe Bryant, she also lost her one of her daughters, Gigi, in that terrible helicopter crash in 2020. And this lady has been nothing but the perfect wife after his passing. No scandals, no nothing. Been the perfect woman. You ain't gonna put salt on his name. She is not gonna allow that. She is not gonna tarnish his name in no shape, form, or fashion. I can respect that. Everything that has anything to do with Kobe Bryant has to be ran by Vanessa. I think one of her daughters just graduated college not too long ago. So congratulations. Either college or high school. I'm not sure. I saw one of them in a robe and a cabin gown. But congratulations. So this lady has been nothing but great while Kobe was here and since Kobe been gone. So Saturday, my daughter called me and she told me that it was a rumor going around on Facebook that Vanessa Bryant was pregnant. And she asked me, did I hear anything about it? And I'm like, nah, I didn't hear nothing about that. And she was saying she saw it on several sites on Facebook, several pages that she supposed to been pregnant. And I'm like, okay. So me and my daughter had a conversation about it Saturday. And this is what I was saying before today. It was like, okay, Kobe Bryant passed in 2020. And that was a sad moment. That was a sad moment in history to hear how he passed. That was terrible. And I also was like, it's been 5 years. You ain't heard nothing about Vanessa and nothing she been doing, period. Folks, you try to drag her since Kobe started messing with her. They got married in 2001 and had 4 beautiful daughters. But folks couldn't stand Vanessa, drag Vanessa every which way they can. When Kobe passed, you should hear how the people were talking bad about it. It was terrible. It was terrible. It was terrible. But Vanessa stood strong through all that right there. And then to hear she pregnant. And like I said, it took me by surprise because I was like, I don't hear nothing about her. Outside of anything dealing with COVID, I don't hear nothing about her. Nothing what she's doing. I just started following on Instagram. I don't hear nothing about her. Nothing negative. Nothing negative. I hear she got, she put her 2 cents in at Nike when they trying to bring out retro Kobe's and all that right there. But other than that, I don't hear nothing bad about Vanessa Bryant until Saturday. And even Saturday is like, okay, if she pregnant, what would be the problem? What would be the problem if Vanessa was pregnant? What would be the problem? I mean, yeah, I don't hear nothing. I ain't all into her love life and her relationships and all that. Like I said, I don't think I really hear is Nike. She might donate money here and there to several causes, but I don't hear nothing bad about Vanessa. So if she's pregnant, again, I mean, it's been 5 years. And she's allowed to move on with her life, even though she was married to a great man and he passed. And it still hurts, I know. but she is allowed to have a life outside of Kobe. She's allowed to do what she want to do and not be in Kobe's shadow for the rest of her life. That is something she can do. But again, like I said, I don't know. I was just listening. So Sunday night, she put a post on Instagram saying it's like she's not pregnant. Voila. She's not pregnant. So whoever was spreading little rumors and little gossip, talking about Vanessa Bryant being pregnant by some random guy just to make her look terrible or whatever the case may be, it didn't work. Whatever motion you try to get with this lie didn't work. And it is what it is. But let's just say if it was true, would it be a problem? Let's just say she was. Would there be a problem? And who would have the problem? Would it be the basketball fans? Would it be Laker fans? Would it be who would have this issue if she was pregnant? Because again, like I said, she's entitled to live her life. She's entitled to live her life, regardless of who she was married to. I mean, just using Tom Brady. Tom Brady is the GOAT quarterback. He was married to Giselle. They got divorced. She moved on. Well, she was not supposed to move on. Was she not supposed to get somebody else after her and Tom Brady got a divorce? I'm just saying. It's like, yes, Kobe Bryant was a great man on and off the court. But he's not coming through that door no time soon, and she know that. Gigi is not coming through that door no time soon, and she know that, and she has to push on for her and the other 3 kids. If she were pregnant, she was pregnant. She do have a right to live her life. If that's the case, she do have the right to do what she want to do as a 43-year-old woman. She has that right. So yeah, if she wants to dip off with some random guy and have all type of fun, that's her right. She ain't doing nothing wrong. She ain't cheating on her husband. She's a widow. We seen it all. If there was a regular woman and a regular guy that passed away, and she decided to get pregnant by another individual, then guess what? Y'all ain't gonna say nothing. But due to the fact is Vanessa, y'all got a lot to say and trying to tarnish this lady's name. But if she was pregnant, what can you do? But let it be. Ain't no sense of having your panties all in a bunch because she's living her life outside of her husband that's gone to the great basketball court in the sky. There's nothing you could do about it. There's nothing you could really say about it. You can't tarnish that lady name. Like I said, she didn't have a scandal attached to her name the whole time Kobe was on this earth. If anything, Kobe was the one that did her dirty. And not to put salt on the dead, but hey, he did what he did. He did what he did. We saw that. While everybody was looking for her to try to get over on Kobe, just like everybody trying to see what Lila gonna do to Travis Hunter, nothing happened. If anything, Kobe was the asshole off the court. She stood by his side. He apologized, got a fat rock, and changed his whole way of thinking. No scandals. No negative press, no nothing. Nothing. But it had a lot of people coming for her because she wasn't black, because she was a dancer or video girl out there in California. Kobe was a little youngin' when he got hold of. All the same things y'all say about Travis Hunter was the same thing folks were saying about Kobe. A young cat with some money dealing with a dancer. He gonna get got. Never happened. And now y'all want to sit here and spread rumors. And what was that going to accomplish? Like what? Oh, she having sex with another guy that is less than Kobe. It happens. It happens. It happens. Because again, y'all like talking about how women jump from the broke dude to the rich dude. And now you want to talk about how the woman left the rich dude to mess with a broke dude, and you have no proof of that. None. Whoever made this rumor up, whatever you were trying to get out of saying this lady was pregnant, did it work? Did it work? Y'all still hating on this lady, even after her husband done passed away. You still got something bad to say about her. Society is a bitch sometimes, ain't it? But it is what it is. I be trying to understand it, but I can't understand. But hey, it is what it is. Now, as y'all know, the Knicks got spanked by the Indiana Pacers Saturday night, Game 6. Pascal Siakam, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. And the question that been on a lot of NBA heads' minds is Cat a problem? Because see, several sources have said Cat, Karl-Anthony Towns, was a liability on defense. Now we was hearing that it was Jalen Brunson, the underside point guard, bigger point guard, dynamo on offense, might have been a liability on defense because of his stature. Now Halliburton, he ain't the superstar. He an all-star at best. He's not a superstar. And Halliburton was on and off during this whole series. Pascal Siakam was serving, and majority of the time, one Karl-Anthony Towns was guarding Pascal Siakam. And he couldn't do nothing with Pascal Siakam. And like I said, a couple reports saying that the team, Thibodeau, couldn't understand what the problem was with Cat. And into this series, and my son, he and his partners, I told him, I like, man, I fell out of liking Cat. Now I respect him when he was at Kentucky, and I respect him when Minnesota drafted him number 1. He was something different. He good on offense. One of the best 3-point shooting big men I ever seen in my life. But he's a little timid on defense, and Jimmy Butler called it out when he was in Minnesota that him and Andrew Wiggins probably some top dogs, and they a little timid. They a little timid on the defensive end of the floor. Both of them can put the ball in the hole. I ain't taking nothing away from Cat or Andrew Wiggins. But on defense, they not all that. And if you know me, I love players that could play on both ends of the floor. I'm not impressed by just the offensive output that y'all are impressed by, this 3-point shooting era that we in. I'm like, I'm not impressed. Because when they broke, it's ugly. When the threes ain't falling, it's ugly. Boston shot the most 3-pointers in the whole season. And the funny thing about the Celtics was this right here is that you shot more 3-pointers and made less than the year before. You shot more and made less. And what I'm saying is going to lead into this main topic, and I'm going to get up out of here. Cat is a great big man that can shoot threes. He has a nice offensive repertoire. He's a liability on defense. He's a liability on defense. And Tom Thibodeau. If you know Tom Thibodeau preaches defense. He preaches it. You ain't gonna be able to play for a Tom Thibodeau team if you can't play defense. Now, you did spend a lot of money. You gave away a lot of picks to get Mikal Bridges. You gave OG a big contract. You know what I'm saying? Josh Hart, he decent, but he's not an offensive threat. Mikal Bridges really crank up in the fourth quarter. OG hit and miss. You had to take Josh Hart and put Mitchell Robinson in the game for the last couple of games of the series just to try to get some boards. He wasn't no threat, really. He got some offensive rebound, but yeah, he wasn't scoring 20 points. He wasn't no real third option to go aside Bronson and Cat. Because I remember Thibodeau with them young Bulls when he had a young D Rose and a young Butler and Joakim Noah and Kirk Heinrich and Taj Gibson. I remember that Bulls team. They was a problem. That was a problem. That D Rose MVP year, oh yeah. They gave LeBron problems in the East. Oh yeah. Tom Thibodeau preaches defense. Cat, you got to play defense. You can't let Pascal Siakam leak out every time they get a defensive rebound and Siakam down the floor before you can even look up. 2 points. 2 points. And then when it's in the half-court offense, Siakam serving you. Every which way he can do it. You really were put in this man's hands. And there was nothing to be stopped. You couldn't do nothing. What could you do? Nothing. There was nothing for you to do. But let that man get his rocks off. That's it. So going into the off season, what do the Knicks do? Do you fire Thibodeau? Because you got to think about this. Y'all lost with the Pacers last year with Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo, and you felt like because y'all were hurt and y'all was hurt, like everybody was getting broke up, that y'all didn't beat them last year, so you had to go get somebody better than Julius Randle and DiVincenzo. You went and got Cat from Minnesota. You went and got Mikal Bridges. You gave away your future for Mikal Bridges. You went and got OG out of Toronto. Gave up RJ Barrett to go get him. Gave him a big deal. And you got beat by the Pacers again. So is it Thibodeau's fault? Is it Thibodeau's fault that he only had 6 players? Is it his fault? Some would say yes. Some would say, it ain't I ain't the GM. I ain't the one making these deals and giving away all the picks and signing these fat contracts. I ain't doing that. I'm just the coach. All I do is the X's and O's. I'm not Popovich. I'm not Brad Stevens. You know what I'm saying? I ain't Danny Ainge. I'm just the coach. I'm just the coach. I can only do what y'all putting on the floor for me. I can only do what the roster say do. I can only do it. I ain't got no players. I go 6 deep. I ain't got no players. I need at least 8, 9. I got 6. Bronson gonna get broke down. Josh Hart gonna get broke down. OG gonna break down. If they playing 44, 48 minutes, the whole game, they're gonna break down. In a 7-game series, they're gonna break down. I can only do so much with the roster I got. Or do I trade Cat? Because Giannis is the hottest name on the market next to Kevin Durant. Giannis is the hottest name on the market. And New York is a nice place. According to Giannis, is one of the best places he go when he on the road in New York. Madison Square Garden. Is you going to get rid of Cat after you just got rid of Julius Randle for Giannis? And hope that next year in the 25-26 season that y'all going to make another playoff run and go to the championship with Bronson and Giannis? You looked up and got to the Eastern Conference Finals with Cat. You know, them type of runs don't happen every time y'all put together superstars, right? It only happens a few times. We only seen it a few times. I saw it in Boston when KG and Ray Allen got to Boston with Paul Pierce. They won championship. When LeBron and Chris Bosh went to Miami, they won 2 out of 4. Hell, when Kevin Durant went to Golden State, they won 2 out of 3. So it don't happen all the time. It just happens in a few times. Because I remember when back in the day, them Houston Rockets, they had Olajuwon and Drexler, and Pippen and Barkley. They were trash. Or that Laker team that got beat by the Pistons, by Tayshaun and Roscoe. Big Shot Chance and Rip. Big Ben. Oh, they had Shaq, Kobe, Karl Malone, and Gary Payton. 4-1. It don't work every time you put together superstars and try to go for a playoff push, a championship run. It don't happen every time. It don't. So what you gonna do? Are you gonna trade Cat and hope to get Giannis? You're gonna have to get a third team in there. From what I'm hearing, for this to work, you might have to go get San Antonio. You might have to go get San Antonio just to make the money work. So Milwaukee can get some picks and New York can get Giannis. San Antonio, they can get Cat. You feel what I'm saying? But even if y'all did that, would it work? And from what I'm hearing, Giannis might not even want to go to New York now. I think he liked the Raptors. I think he want to go to Canada. Now, who you want to play with in Canada, I don't know. Do you keep, because Scotty Barnes got to be gone. Ain't no sense to keep the Scotty Barnes and Giannis. That's impossible. So any trade packages to Toronto got to include Scotty Barnes. Now, do I keep R.J. Barrett or Brandon Ingram? That's another question. That's another question. I'm just saying. Or do I fire Tom Thibodeau and replace him with who? Who do I replace him with this roster that's only 6 deep? Only 6 deep. Who do I replace him with? That's going to get what? Another Eastern Conference run. I mean, that was the perfect time to do it with Jason Tatum missing the whole year and Boston trying to break it up. Drew Holiday might get traded to somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Cleveland talking about trading Jared Allen and Darius Garland. You know what I'm saying? Milwaukee, they ain't going to be missing Damian Lillard. and Giannis may want out. Indiana gonna be the powerhouse. Indiana gonna be the powerhouse, just like OKC. Small market team that know how to manage the money, go get the right pieces for the right price, and dominate their conference. Orlando gonna be in the race. They're gonna be healthy. Atlanta gonna bounce back. Chicago gonna bounce back if they keep Lonzo. It's gonna be other teams that's gonna be in the East that's gonna challenge for that third spot. Knicks and Indiana the front runner. So y'all got a hellified decision to make this offseason on which one need to go, Cat or Thibodeau. Because you can't keep both of them and expect to make another run. You can't keep both of them and expect to make another run. What's going on, Ant? So yeah. What'd you say, Ant? You keep the one that's tougher to replace, but which one is that, Ant? Is it Thibodeau or is it Cat? Because in my head, from the coaching standpoint, I can go get another Cat. I can go get somebody that can do what Cat do. I can go get a stretch 4, stretch 5 that could do what Cat do. What I need Cat to do would be on the defensive end. I need him to play in the paint. I need him to stop raising his hands up when somebody drive past him and look like a little girl when somebody do something awful to him in the paint. I need a dog. If Giannis is that dog, then go get Giannis, but you're going to have to give up some shit to go get Giannis. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you go get if you getting rid of Thibodeau, who do you replace Thibodeau with? Who you replace Thibodeau with? That's all I'm saying. Now, I got a couple folks in here, a couple people that I rock with. I'm gonna drop this link so we can chop it up a little bit. Hold up. God damn it. The link is in the chat. If y'all want to come up here and talk a little basketball with me, you know what I'm saying, before I get into this last topic, because if not, I'm gonna get into this last topic. Oh, what's going on? Hold up, Ant. Oh shit. What going on, Ant?
What up? What up? What up?
Ain't too
All right,
much.
chilling. Nah. As a Knicks fan, right?
I forgot you was a Knicks fan. I forgot you was a
Yeah,
Knicks fan.
yeah. Nah, no, for real. Nah, all my life, bro. All my life, I has to fight, dog.
I got you. I got you.
For real. Um, so there we go. But nah. All right. So yeah, you gotta something gotta go. Something gotta go because people are like, oh, it's a success. You overachieved. You got to the Eastern Conference Finals. This is not a success. You got to the semifinals 2 years before this in a row. Okay, the team actually it got worse from year to year. Now you got Cat. Now that's what I'm saying. They had some injury issues. Last year they got the 7 games lost to Indiana. The year before that, they had home court both times in the semifinals and lost both times. The year before that, they lost to the Heat when the Heat was an 8 seed and they ran all the way to the finals. I know because I got to go to them games. I'm in South Florida, so I got to go to them games,
Right, right,
bro.
right.
Dude, this is a failure, especially when you going against Indiana. You were supposed to beat them. It was what it was. After you beat Boston, you had the home court advantage. You can't lose the first 2 games at home. Definitely not one when you up 14. So even though I think Thibodeau's a great coach, you got to go. Somebody got to go. Somebody need to be traded at this point, or somebody need to be fired. And it is easier to replace that coach than it is to replace Carl Anthony Towns.
I,
As far as who you replace him with, bro, coaches ain't safe. Mike Malone's available. I'll take Mike Malone. Mike Malone drafted Nikola Jokic. You know what I'm saying? And this is a 44th pick in the draft and got that man the MVP caliber. So I'm not saying the cat gonna be on Nikola Jokic level, but I'm sure he can help out with some of that goofy, stupid shit and get us to look a little bit better and also work a roster. I ain't never known Mike Malone not to work. You know what I'm saying? Get a deep roster so he can get on the same page. But as far as like who we replace him with, that's who we replace him with. And if they do got to trade somebody, like to get Giannis, it really depends on whether or not Giannis want to come because we ain't got the draft we ain't got the draft capital, and we don't have enough on the roster to give up a roster and still compete. Because keep it real, Giannis ain't got to go nowhere unless he competing for championships. Like he don't want out of Milwaukee that bad, where it's like just anywhere. Like want some Jimmy Butler shit, like where whatever, y'all just send me wherever you want to go. So ain't no team gonna give up what they got to give up to get Giannis unless they know he want to be there. That's simple. You know what I'm
okay.
saying? Like
All right.
for real, like Utah is not gonna give up their shit for Giannis. They're not because they know they can't keep Giannis.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying? And they're not gonna give shit up. You know what I'm
You
saying?
right.
So,
You right.
but if Giannis comes out and says like, look, I'll go to New York, I'll go to Miami, I'll go to San Antonio. You know what I'm saying? I'll go to Golden State. He says some shit like that. Then you get him they'll mortgage their future for him
Yeah.
because they know they instant contenders. Bam. You know what I'm saying? Like, bam, you right in the conference finals. Let's go. They'll do it.
Now, what you think about this rumor I heard about him and the Raptors having mutual interests? What you think about him going to Toronto?
I mean, okay, so the rumor I hear, which after the Kawhi shit, you really can't take them rumors for nothing more than a grain of salt.
Right.
So, but is that he wants to be in a big market, period. So people confuse Toronto for being, because it's in Canada, they confuse that shit for not being a big market. It's a huge market.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a
You know
big
what
market.
I'm saying?
It's just
It's
not in
a
the United
huge
States, but it's a
market.
big market.
And what does he give a damn about that? A big market is a big market. He Greek,
Yeah, he don't give a damn.
Greek, African. He don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he
He
don't
just want
care.
to play ball. But I don't see why he would want to be in Toronto. They ain't ready to like. You might as well stay your ass in Milwaukee. Like that team is not ready to compete for championships.
And that what I was saying too is like I saw that and I was like Toronto and me and my son were just talking about that. I'm like, like even if there was a case, who do you give up in Toronto to get
Hey,
Giannis in Toronto?
Um, I mean, you can give up whatever Milwaukee will take. It's just Milwaukee's not going to take the deal, and Toronto would just be stupid. Like you don't want another Kawhi situation where um, you give up all of that shit. I mean, yeah, you got a ring out of it, but bro, you done did everything you could to sell this dude. You got a championship squad around. Motherfucker, still leave. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
bro, I don't see how Toronto does that again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't see it. And I'm like, Giannis, as good as he is, he still ain't Kawhi as far as just getting you a championship because you just saw what just happened in there in Milwaukee. He can be healthy and he can't get you there. You know what I'm saying? By itself, unless you got a squad behind it. Even the squad you got now in Toronto ain't experienced. Those Toronto and you ain't got the coach neither. You ain't got Nick Nurse coaching the team no more. So it's a lot of things that ain't a Kawhi type situation. You know what I'm saying? You ain't. I just don't see why you would go to Toronto. Why you would say I want to
Yeah,
be in
that
Toronto? You might as well just stay in Milwaukee if you want to not compete for championships.
I can agree. Oh, excuse me. I can agree because I was on Twitter earlier and they was talking about Toronto trying to get a big man, and come to find out is that the odds are on Sabonis out of Sacramento.
Mhm.
I think the Kings trying to break up the whole. They trying to get rid of everybody. They trying to get rid of the
Yeah,
Rose and they trying to get rid of Zach.
The Kings might as well. I think the league is gonna try to move the Kings to Seattle. They're gonna try to move the Kings to Seattle. They're gonna try to expand to Vegas, and they really trying to move Minnesota and New Orleans back over to the East. And
Yeah,
keep it even, and get things the way they should be. Because this is Sacramento. Like some of these franchises, like why the fuck are you even here? Like in the NBA, like bro, they like come on, you
yeah.
just here.
I feel because some of these it's like they're like down here in Memphis. They've been talking about trying to get the Grizzlies up out of here, but I'm like, if like what I know about us is like Memphis one of the better runs organizations in the NBA. It's like it would
Yeah,
make
y'all are straight. That's one of the remember y'all was able to pull a franchise away. Like y'all got them boys out of Vancouver.
yeah. So
Memphis is straight, bro. I ain't got no qualms about that, motherfucker, bro. Y'all snatched the damn Houston Oilers, didn't you? Like, come on,
yeah,
bro.
Tennessee. Well,
Memphis
they
is
was
straight.
down here in Memphis for a year before they went to Nashville.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
For the
yeah,
most part, it's the market. Kind of like OKC was able to snatch a squad just because of what happened with Katrina, and then they ended
yeah,
up snatching the Sonics. I'm
yeah.
like, damn, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see Memphis losing the franchise. Y'all are good. I think they'll just
Nah,
move y'all to the Eastern Conference or something. They'll either move y'all or they'll move New Orleans and
what they
or Minnesota, because Minnesota
oh,
probably shouldn't be out west.
yeah, they shouldn't be out west. I don't know. Memphis should be at
It,
least.
it's
I
it's
did say
it's
that.
either Minnesota or New Orleans, or you actually got to move like two of those 14, two of those 4 teams like Memphis, New Orleans, Minnesota, whatever, if you wanted to even it out because you need an even number of teams on each conference. So
Yeah,
if you expand one, you know, but I say just whatever, New Orleans, because they were in the East at one point.
yeah,
Because
they
remember,
were.
New Orleans was originally the Charlotte Hornets moved over.
Yeah,
So
I was
they
trying to
just
break this
yeah
shit
they
down to
just
my son the other day about the whole New Orleans Charlotte
yeah
situation. I was like, back in the day, they was in the East when they were the Hornets, then they became the Bobcats and
yeah.
all type of shit.
Mhm.
So yeah, but
Yeah, I had to break it down for my son too, because they don't even know like the same thing with football. They don't understand how it worked with the Cleveland Browns, and it's like, nah, bro, the Baltimore Ravens, that's the real Cleveland Browns.
that's the real Cleveland
That's the
Browns.
real Cleveland
They
Browns.
just got the Browns back
Um,
not too long
yeah,
ago.
I was like the Cleveland Browns you know of, that's an expansion team. Like even the football team in Houston, that ain't Houston's real. They're like the football team, they over there with y'all. They over in Nashville. That's
Right,
Houston's team over there.
right,
Same with they
right,
like
right.
bring the Sonics back. It's like the Sonics going, y'all need a new team, dog. Go because OKC ain't giving them up. That's your
Yeah.
squad. Believe it or not, I believe that's what caused because I just looked that up the other day. I was like, damn, Gary Payton jersey ain't get retired. It didn't.
It
That
did.
shit ain't hanging. It ain't hanging.
Hmm.
So Gary Payton jersey ain't hanging nowhere in the NBA.
Hmm.
Ain't that wild?
I think he would be
The
supposed.
o- the on,
He in the
the
Hall of
only
Fame, ain't he?
Sonic, bro, the only Sonics that you see hanging, and I think that there are some Sonics from I think Dennis Johnson is hanging for OKC and a couple other ones, but bro, ain't no Gary Payton. Ain't no Gary Payton. They hung Nick Collison jersey, I believe, but they didn't
Yeah, I
hang
think.
Gary Payton jersey.
How you hate Nick Collison? Nick Collison didn't do nothing.
He played there
I
his whole
mean,
career. That
yeah,
was
he
it.
was there his whole career. I think yeah,
Whole
that was
career
it. Like
from Seattle through OKC, whole career.
yeah, that Udonis Haslam type shit. Just
Yeah,
play
and
the whole career
cheer
there.
cheer a mascot slash
Basically,
cheerleader.
he was pretty good at Kansas though. I remember watching them at Kansas, him and
Mhm.
Kurt Heimer. They were pretty good at Kansas.
Yeah, Yeah, nah. I mean, you gotta be. I always say, bro, you gotta be solid if somebody gonna pay you $1 million to play basketball, even if it is just sit on the bench. Nick Collison had a solid career at Kansas. I remember
Yeah,
him,
yeah.
Heinrich, all of them. That's the same year that that Melo and LeBron and them came out, right?
I want to say yeah. Don't I want to say yeah. What the 03?
Hmm.
03? I think so.
Yeah.
Don't hold me to that, but I
Yeah.
think that's something. Yeah.
Nah, that's real. Nah, because they made the Final Four. All
Yeah.
four of them, all four of them made the Final Four. Heinrich, Melo, Bosch, and Wade. Marquette, Georgia Tech,
Georgia Tech,
Syracuse,
Syracuse,
and
Kansas.
Kansas all made the Final Four.
That sound right, and I ain't gonna that like I'm shit. That was 20 years ago.
And LeBron was the #1 pick, and the rest of them boys went lotto with
Yeah, yeah.
Darko. You know what I'm saying? With Darko. Yeah, dog. I'm old, but I remember, bro.
Yeah, I remember
All of them
bits
boys
and
went in the
pieces.
lottery. Yeah.
I re-
But
I
yeah, now as
remember
far as
bit.
the Knicks are concerned, um, like I said, I believe that's been the problem with the Knicks for a long time was that every time things don't go right, they like fire somebody, trade somebody, whatever. Now we knew the Randall thing had to happen. We knew that had to happen. He didn't really fit into what we was doing. And it was a good trade for both teams. I thought Cat really didn't fit into what they was doing over in Minnesota. He fit better with what we were doing as far as just spreading the floor and stuff like that. I wish he were a better defender, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? He's still all NBA. So it was worth what we gave up to get him. And Randall fit better over there than he did with us. So I thought that was good for both teams. Um, other than that, I don't see no more moves that the Knicks can make with like the main roster, other than just breaking up, getting rid of one of them damn Villanova boys. Other than that, I don't see what else you can do. You don't have
Yeah,
no flexibility. You done gave up all your draft capital to get Bridges. Okay, um, that like you don't have max money to sign nobody. You don't have anybody off your bench that you can get, like anybody of any value. You haven't done a good job of showcasing anybody. You got Landry Shamet, DeLon Wright, Precious Ochua. Nobody's gonna give you shit for that. So what do you have to give up? I'm not giving up Cat for well, I would give up Cat for Giannis in a heartbeat, but I mean, why would Milwaukee do that?
yeah, cause Cat ain't. I mean, cause
I'm just
they
saying because
talk
they
about
can demand more.
like I was saying earlier is like in order for Milwaukee to make their trade, they got to get a third team in there. They got to
I
get a
mean,
third
yeah,
team.
they can just ask for more. He has to specifically want to be in New York and just say, look, I'll sign an extension with New York. Then that'll deter other teams. Like if it's just one of those, dog, they got to deal with like 6, 7 other teams. Knicks have no chance. We don't have the assets um, to get him. But if he says I want to be in New York, well, he'll be in New York. They can make it happen.
Yeah, that make it.
Yeah.
Now speaking on New Orleans, what you think about this Zion Wilson case lawsuit?
I believe Jane Doe is Mariah Mills.
I believe that too. I believe that too.
Um, I believe his stuff his is gonna blow over kind of like the Diddy thing did, because you're gonna find out she been harassing him and all of that other stuff. I looked a little deeper into it. They said they done already filed counter charges against this chick. They already
Yeah,
have this chick been stalking from city to city. It sound like Mariah, bro. So and if it's not, I mean, I just believe that it's gonna this will blow over, but he's still gonna have to pay for it to go away.
and
He's
I
still
hear
gonna have to pay for it to
she
go away.
won what somewhere between 18 and 50 million
Now
dollars.
she won 50, with punitive damages, more punitive damages. So that's what it is, bro. $50 million fleece, bro. Nigga got Shay Shade. I'm like, that's what I call it now. Yo, you got Shay
What
Shade.
the guy Shay?
You got Shay
But that
Shade,
what I
bro.
but that what
fifty
I'm
million
saying.
dollar fleece, dog.
And I'm like, bruh, it's like she was with the shit a couple of years ago when she was on Twitter talking cash shit. Every chance she got, she was putting his name, dragging his name through the mud on some old
Yeah.
you ain't pay
Well,
me type shit.
cause the nigga keep posting other bitches online, and she know the nigga breaking bread. She know the nigga breaking bread,
Yeah,
bro. So she
Shit,
like, nah,
man.
there ain't no way. And you about to move in with this bitch? Nah, I'm moving to New Orleans, dog. Like these hoes is fighting over a trick. They fighting over a trick, bro. They fighting over a John. Um, that's it, man. And that nigga got that good money, that good guarantee money, bro. Mariah
Oh,
said she was giving him
he got
like
that fat check at New Orleans.
he said it was about 25, 30K a week, dog. He was just talk, bro. That's
They
why she
showed
like,
that
man, that was a when they talk about he abused me financially, they mean that motherfucker just stopped sending your ass money. They feel like they've been
basically.
abused when they stop getting paid. You know,
But
that's abuse.
shit, but
You
shit,
stop giving me $25,000 a week.
but the adult sites ain't paying you like that though.
Yeah, she know that. We all know that. That's why she that's why she get her a Zion, bro. Same with what you call it. What
So
was
I'm
Tiana?
saying it's
Tiana Trump
like,
was on little LaMelo a minute ago when
yeah,
he first got to the league, bro. Remember, LaMelo and Zion ain't but a year apart, bro. That was that's what I was telling my son. I was like, that little class of dudes, they was like, whatever. They was supposed to not get caught up with these basketball wife chicks. So the easiest way
right,
to not get caught up, whatever, we'll just deal with porn stars. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Remember that's what LeVar Ball was talking about. Now look at this
yeah.
shit. Now look at this shit. You know? They
Man,
cleaning motherfuckers out, bro.
clean them out, and I be like, bruh, like, damn, bruh, y'all getting caught up with, man, adult star left and right, left and right, like, bruh, but this is that was like, I be trying to tell my son is like, man, them like, if you ain't got no experience, you don't know what you dealing with, man. You a fish in the water. You gonna be caught. You a deer
Yeah,
in
bro.
headlight.
You got all that money, bro. And now bro, he like, oh, I was viral on YouTube in high school. Yeah, and YouTube is public, and these bitches know where you going to college, dog. You thinking you just met somebody on campus, nigga? You've been getting stalked. You've been getting stalked, hunted, cased out, investigated by this bitch for the last 2.5 years. Okay,
Man,
she knew it. You thinking this bitch
since
love
when
you?
they
I ain't even rich yet. She was with me before I was rich. No, she been stalking your ass since you was in 10th grade. She on the bitch don't even
since
go to Duke. She just came up here to she just came here for you. What the hell you know? Bitch don't even go to
man,
Duke.
what since his freshman year at Duke, it's just like,
Yeah.
bro, you really think she like you like that? She know you finna get some money.
Well,
Just
they
like
bringing them in, dog.
Brittany Renner.
Yeah.
She was that
Exactly, baby. Hey, yeah.
freshman in Kentucky.
For real, bro. They find them McDonald's All Americans, bro. And that's it, bro. Get straight. Get straight.
And I told you it was Mariah Mills. I said the same thing when the story first came out.
Yeah.
Said you can
Man,
smell like Mariah Mills. Because she remember when she was making those tweets, she was tagging the NBA and she was threatening to
Oh,
expose him.
TMZ ran up on her the other day. And she
Yeah.
posted a video. Yeah, TMZ ran up on her and asked her straight up, "Is it you?" She ain't answer. But
she ain't denied.
she said she got a lawyer and she got her own lawsuits. So I'm like, bitch, it's you.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Because when
ain't
she was
denied.
threatening, because when she was talking crazy to him, she was tagging the NBA and threatening to quote unquote
Mhm.
expose him.
Yeah.
She was tagging the NBA in her tweets.
And it was all because of another chick, man.
Yep.
Man.
And it's
These
like,
old
bitch, you ain't in love. You Mariah Mills. You want that bread.
want that
Right.
bread
Because he promised to buy her a house in Dallas.
Yeah. And New Orleans.
and New
Yep.
Orleans.
Yep.
Man, look, can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it, man. That's crazy. Let me ask y'all a question. What y'all think about the Vanessa Bryant rumor that was going around?
I mean, I personally wouldn't care.
Yeah, I was like, I'm like,
Uh,
yeah,
I don't care. I mean, she a widow. So she just supposed to be like alone for the rest of her
Yeah,
life.
I was about to say
Like,
she ain't even just any widow. Like I mean, I guess with the son is like a teenager now. They're younger because he ended up having a son. They had a son. He's like a teenager now, and I know the daughter that survived. She just went to college.
yeah.
Like so, uh,
That was I
hell,
was
man.
like,
But
man,
life goes on, yo.
That's what I was
It
like.
would
I
have
mean,
been it would have been a
I don't, I'm
story
not. I'm
if
not
it
here to
was.
judge how a grieving widow moves on or doesn't.
It would
I
have
ain't here
been
to
a
judge that.
story if it was Saul or something, the baby daddy. Or something. Then it'd be like, all right, okay, whatever. But
that's what I
but
was like.
I'm like,
if
I
it
don't even
wouldn't
think
have,
that be a story. I'm like, man,
I'm just
whatever,
saying,
bro. Like, okay, so like when you sign your spouse's death certificate, legally that's a divorce.
yep,
Legally, yeah.
Legally, that's a divorce. Okay, and the reason why I bring that shit up because that shit done happened before, where a motherfucker faked their death. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Where somebody faked
Right.
their death. You know what I'm saying? And then a motherfucker end up coming back and trying to take claim to what they, you know what I'm saying, what they wife got and all of this other shit. And it's like, nah, bro. When I signed your death certificate, we legally divorced.
Yeah,
That's it.
death did his part.
That's it.
Yeah.
Death did
Yeah,
his part.
that's it, bro. That's a legal divorce,
Death
dog.
did his
So
part. That's
come
it.
on, man.
Yeah, I was like, man, it been 5 years since that man passed
Yeah.
away. It's like I can't hold nothing against her if she moved on and did whatever she was gonna do. It's like
Hey, when he
he
was
ain't coming
alive,
back.
she was a faithful wife, as far as I knew. I
As
know she
far as I
forgave
know,
that
that's what
nigga
I'm
for all
saying.
the
It's
shit
like
he did. Or she
that's what
stayed
I
with him
said.
for when she could have cashed out on him for 150. She didn't.
She didn't. That's why I'm
Yep.
like
No,
Kobe was the one that did wrong.
because
That's what
that
Like
man
they.
everybody
married
was
that
looking at
woman.
her.
That man married that woman, 18, 19 years old with no damn prenup, man. Okay, and then
Yeah.
got all types of proof of him cheating on her and everything else in the state of California, bro. Yo, she could have, bro. She could have
She could
washed you, bro.
she could have got him.
Like that's all I'm saying. You can say whatever you want. I'm like Vanessa could have washed Kobe. You could have fucked Kobe all the way up, man, and she ain't do it.
She
You know?
ain't do it.
Yeah,
And I think
well,
she filed because she
she.
filed once, dog, and he was able to talk her into not doing. So I'm like, bro, hey,
I mean,
what can I say,
that ring the size of Pluto helped out Pluto.
Oh yeah,
bro?
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
yeah, but is it worth 150 million dollars?
Nah, I think it was like
That's
what?
what I'm
Ah,
What they say? Like
saying.
10, 15, 10,
I think
15.
about 10, 15,
Because at the
something like
time,
that.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Though at the time, he was worth 300. She was about to get half. Like
Yeah.
for real. He married her as a
Yeah.
19 years old, no prenup
Woo.
in the state of California.
In the state of California.
No, I live in
Well,
California.
I think they eloped and went like they got married in Vegas, but either way, common law, or yeah, common law in the state of California. They reside in the state of California, so that's all recognized under California state law. Y'all residents of California, so that's it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
live in California. They go family, anything with family regarding marriage and kids, you getting raked over the coals.
that's it. That's what I'm
It-
saying. And
it's
I'm like,
over.
bro, no prenup. She been with you all this time. Hey,
I mean,
hey,
yeah.
since the beginning of the first
Uh,
contract. That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You got to kick out, bro.
Yeah. All
Oh,
right.
and she got a couple of your babies,
He
three of your
got
babies. Yeah,
all of
yeah,
them his babies.
yeah. They all yours. Yeah,
They
bro,
all
you got to
yours.
pay. You got to pay.
Yeah.
That's
And,
it.
and she run his shit at Nike, his
Yeah,
shoes.
that's
She
what I'm
decide
saying.
which
So
one's gonna come out.
I just be like, man, whatever Vanessa Bryant want to do in the name of Kobe, she kind of earned the right to do that.
I said that too. Like
You
she
know?
earned it right. Whatever,
Yep.
I
whatever
know
you
the
had to come do
parents
with
was
Kobe.
tripping. Yeah, the parents was tripping because they had to like sell some of his memorabilia or whatever. They was tripping because she wasn't like looking out for him. It's like Kobe wasn't looking out for y'all no more when he
Yeah,
was alive.
Right.
So
cause
she
Kobe
honoring
was
her husband's wishes.
Kobe
Yeah,
Right.
was like y'all were hating on my wife, so therefore
yeah.
I got to pick. I'm picking my wife.
And that's a
Yep.
conversation right there. I know I was having this conversation with my son. Like I can understand where his parents was coming from, but also as a parent, you got to know what kind of kid you got. Like
Right.
this ain't just your average. Like I get it, yeah, it do be a lot of well, it's mostly gold diggers out there that's trying to, you know what I'm saying, get your son for some bread. So y'all just had to sign his contract. Kids wasn't just coming out of high school back then. So you felt like he just did something stupid, but you gotta understand that you got a special kid. Like he ain't just
Uh-huh.
special on the basketball court, he's special, period. So like he is a different judge of character. That's what I'm saying. Like you need to understand that. So you know what I'm saying? He like you got to know that your son ain't just pick another gold digger.
Right, right,
Even though
right.
she might look like one, y'all might wanna. You know what I'm saying? Don't judge this book by its cover just because your son picked the book out. You got
Yeah.
to know that. Don't get me wrong. If I know my son just an idiot dog that can play some ball, then yeah, I'm gonna be hot about that shit. But I'm just saying, when Kobe Bryant's your son, you got to know better. You
Yeah,
feel
that's
me?
how I would. That's how I would with my son. It was like if I knew my son was an idiot, I'd be like, "Hey man, you moving wrong." You know what I'm saying?
Like, let's keep it real. Like, if you know your son is Ja Morant
Anthony
and not
Edwards.
Kobe, yeah, yeah, Anthony Edwards, this is fucking just a baller, dog. Just a potato brain ass nigga, dog. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, nobody had skill but Jordan in the '80s, in the '90s. Like, the fuck out of here. Like, really, bro? Like,
Man,
you really just said that shit, bro?
man. Anyway, all right. Let me ask y'all this because I ain't planning on being up here long. But as y'all can see by the topic, is Steph Curry really good enough to be starting all five all time?
At what position?
And then see that's the question because you got the young cats that gonna say, yeah, it's Steph better than Magic, Steph better than did.
Steph is not better than Magic.
I agree. So it's always gonna be that battle of the old head versus the young heads and did. So what I was looking at is this right here, and I rank them based off what they actually did in their career. And I said Steph ain't even better than Bob Cousy.
I wouldn't go that far.
I mean,
I'm not
that
gonna
just,
lie, that's a reach.
but this like
Yeah.
That's a
now hear me
reach.
out, hear me out, just hear me out. Y'all may agree, y'all may not agree. So I do a point system as far as greatness, and it's the all-star appearances, MVP trophies, and championship trophies. That's how I give a point for how many all-star appearances you've been in. I give 3 for how many MVPs you won, and I give 5 for how many titles you got.
Mhm.
And just by doing them numbers, it just point guard between Magic, Bob Cousy, and Steph. Steph is third.
Yeah, and okay, so I get that, right. The only thing is, Bob Cousy would be the greatest point guard of all time by that metric because he played for the Celtics in the '60s and shit. You know what I'm saying? And it
Right.
was there. Number one, there's no free. Okay, so I feel you. I count the championships too, and I'll tell you who my top 10 is in a moment. But I don't just take that into consideration. I also take in like it's championships, but also was you the best player on your team? Because you can have a bunch of titles, but you wasn't even the best player on your team. And then
And
comes
two of
the
them he wasn't.
MVPs. Yeah, then comes the MVPs. The All Star appearances, I won't necessarily take those because fans vote starters and stuff. That's just voting. That's not necessarily you winning it. But I take that into consideration. So, like, even though the '60s Celtics, there was no free agency. So I know that's just different. You can buy and sell people, and people can't just leave. You own the rights to people. They can't just dip. So that just changes it. And there's no merger. It's only like 12 teams. There's no 3 point line. But, I still can't disregard Bill Russell. So my top 3, and you can put them in any order you want, but my top 3 would be Jordan, Russell, Kareem. And that's with all of those things championships, whether they were the best player, longevity, you know what I'm saying, playing at an MVP level, like, yeah, just all of those things. But that would be my top 3, and you can put them in any order you want. I wouldn't argue if somebody said it, but I would have it like that. It'd be my order would be Jordan, Kareem, Russell. Number 4 by itself comes Magic Johnson. You know, comes
Okay.
Magic Johnson. And that's, you know what I'm saying, like what, 3 MVPs, 5 titles? Motherfucker only played for 11 years, like 11 real years, bro. 9 trips to the finals, 5 titles, bro. 3 MVPs, 3-time finals MVP. Like, come on. And he was the best player on his team for his entire tenure with the Lakers. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? The only thing
Now,
is he ain't got, like, I'm just saying, Kareem, Russell, Jordan, they each have 6 or more titles. You know what I'm saying? And Jordan, but Kareem, I can't. It's tough for me personally to put him over Jordan. But he did score more points with no 3 point line. Wouldn't have shot him anyway. You know what I'm saying? Right there. But then like after Magic number 5, that's where I would put LeBron. You know, that's where I would put
Now,
LeBron. I would put him at
now,
number 5.
now, this the thing, and like my top 5 is Russell, Kareem, Jordan, then LeBron, Magic. That's my top 5.
Yeah. Hey, and I wouldn't argue with you. I wouldn't argue with you except for putting LeBron James over Magic Johnson.
And see, like a lot
That's
of
where I would
people,
argue with you, but you could probably make a good point. So I wouldn't. The argument
yeah,
wouldn't go too far
but yeah. So that's my
because you got
top
the
5. But
same
I got
top 5 I got. You
yeah, I
just
got the same top
changed the
5. It's
order.
just different order.
Yeah,
Yeah, different order.
yeah. But I just said like I'm putting Magic over LeBron, bro, just because LeBron was all I'm sorry, Magic was all that shit from day one. He did more than LeBron in like half the time.
Yeah, and I think like I said, the only reason LeBron is really that high is because of how many All-Star
Longevity.
appearances. Yeah, the longevity.
Longevity.
That's the only reason he'd up that high. If he played as long as Jordan or Magic, he probably wouldn't be that high. He probably be top 10. He probably wouldn't be top 5.
I mean, I'm not gonna punish these guys for not coming out of high school.
Yeah, that's why I said I can't
Like I'm just
just
saying, you came out of high school, dog. Like if Kareem would have came out of high school, he would have had a longer career than LeBron.
probably.
Like
Probably
there are a
right.
lot of guys back there. Guys didn't just come out of high school. From between Moses Malone and Kevin Garnett, there were no guys that came out of high school.
Unless you want to count Sean Kemp. You want to count Sean Kemp?
He played JUCO.
That's what I'm saying. Is
He
like
played little JUCO.
some people say high school, something like I know he played
Yeah,
JUCO, but some people want to
yeah,
say he came out of high
yeah.
school or something.
Technically, yeah. Because it's not like a D1. But I mean, like I said, I mean, I can add more years to that. Like, of course, you guys are gonna have some all-time numbers when you're coming out at 18 years old,
Yep.
17 years old. You know what I'm saying? When guys like you know what I'm saying, guys like Jordan, Olajuwon, whatever, bro, they're gonna have like they're gonna have 16-year careers where you're gonna have 20, and y'all retire at the same age.
That all-time
You know what
scoring
I'm
list
saying?
look different. That all-time
Yeah,
scoring list look different without Jordan retiring.
that's what I'm saying. Like if you look at it just like per game, that's why Jordan's points per game average is so damn high. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, I did a lot. Like even Magic's assist numbers, bro, them things ain't gonna be touched.
'Cause,
It take forever for them things to be touched. Now I do respect LeBron for being able to be so high up in like all of the numbers for like every damn category, bro. Like every
Yeah, I
damn
respect
category.
him for that.
You know what I'm saying? In the mod, because bro, like what people forget about Wilt Chamberlain, they're like, damn, those numbers were crazy. Wilt Chamberlain played 48 minutes a fucking game, bro. He
Man,
played 48 minutes a game. He never came out the game. And so did Bill Russell.
yeah,
Like when these guys were getting 25, 28 rebounds a game, it's because they never came out of it.
they never
It
came
wasn't
out.
and they were just like better than everybody else. Remember, dog, a lot of the good black dudes are over in the ABA for like more than half of their career. Like most of if not all of damn Wilt's career. Like you didn't play with ABA players.
Yeah.
Big dog, didn't I send you a link to like a video recently? It was like a debate where it was like a old school basketball fan against a bunch of new school fans.
Mm,
You just sent me a link about I think Dion was on the Sean
Yeah,
Asante Samuel show.
but yeah, it
And
was a debate, and it had like a guy who was an old school basketball fan, and yeah, what was coming out of them young people mouth was crazy when it came to talking about basketball players. Like one of them fools even said that Kyrie was a better defender and facilitator than John Stockton.
who?
that's crazy. That's absolutely nuts. I believe Kyrie got left off the 75 greatest? Absolutely.
I do too.
Um, I think Kyrie, Clay Thompson. I mean, I think a couple of guys got left off, and I know somebody was going to get left off, just like they did with the 50.
Yeah.
Um, but like there are like two or three guys at least that should have been on instead of
I
like
mean,
Damian Lillard and Anthony
Dwight
Davis.
Dwight
You know what I'm
Howard.
saying? Like, come
Dwight
on,
Dwight
bro.
was the
Howard
big.
supposed to
Dwight
been
was the biggest robbery.
yeah, Dwight Howard was the robbery.
I mean, I'm just like Clay Thompson, Kyrie. I thought your biggest robberies were. I'm not even gonna say Dwight Howard. I would have to say Manu Ginobili. I don't know how you leave him off. I
Yeah,
just don't.
Ginobili was a problem.
I'm like, yo, look, because what are you doing? Like, how are you
Well,
voting people?
because
Are
I
you
would take
polling
Dame
people?
off.
Poll the people that had to compete against him. Don't tell me they voting against the motherfucker. Then what you want to count accolades? You want to count accolades,
And
championships, all that stuff? He got it all.
yeah, and see that
If
be like
Pippen's on the 50 greatest, how the hell is Manu Ginobili not on the 75 greatest?
I got you, and I
You could
think
take Dame off and replace him with Ginobili.
Yeah.
I think that's why
Because
we
if you got
Or
debate
Dame
Clay
on
CP3.
or
there,
Kyrie. Like you can like I'm like any one of them three could have replaced Dame in a heartbeat. We know Dwight Howard was supposed to take Anthony Davis' spot. Like we know
easily,
that. We just know that. No
easily.
disrespect to AD, but come on, bro. You ain't even play enough, bro. Like you was in street clothes too much, bro.
That's why you got the
Um
nickname Street Clothes.
yeah, or day to day. Anthony Data Davis.
Right.
Anthony Data
Uh,
Davis.
yeah, this debate was crazy because, of course, because they're young, so they don't know a lot, and they always it's always something ignorant coming out their mouth. So one of them fools was like Magic Johnson and Russell Westbrook are two of the worst players in NBA history. Magic
By what
Johnson would be
metric?
today's Ben Simmons,
By
is what
what
he said.
I would go further. Magic Johnson would be Nikola Jokic, bro, but a fast break, like a
Yeah,
fast break
but he said
with
Westbrook
Nikola
and Magic were the
Jokic.
worst players to ever play in the NBA.
according to
What up,
what
Rod?
though?
That's crazy.
Being young and dumb.
I mean,
That's
don't
all
get
I
me wrong.
chalk it up to.
Westbrook would probably have that metric just because of his shooting and stuff like that and his turnovers. It would be up. But Magic by like PER has always been up there. Like
Right.
always been. Like
I
what are
think
you
that's
talking about?
I think that was the biggest thing with the young heads is that the shooting is what get them is that these guys can shoot versus Magic wasn't no great shooter. We know all of us know that he wasn't no great shooter. But Magic can run the offense though.
Check this out, right?
Steph,
These guys
Steph.
grew up in a day and age, right, with no
hmm
damn 3 point line. The 3 point line is an ABA novelty. It didn't even hit the NBA or college until it didn't hit college until like the mid 80s. You know what I'm saying? Didn't hit college until the mid 80s. Didn't hit the NBA until what 1981 or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Something like
So when
that.
you talking about Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, these guys grew up with no line, and their coaches didn't have a damn line neither, a 3 point
Right.
line. So the schemes weren't set up like that. I know I got into this argument with Poppy Blanco. He said Steph Curry would average 35 in the 80s. I'm like, bro, how you gonna average 35 in the 80s on 6 shots, nigga? You a specialist, bro. You coming
Reggie
off the
Miller didn't even
Man,
bench.
average. Reggie Miller didn't average 30.
I'm like, you coming off the bench. You getting 6 shots a game. That's what it is, and you better knock them down. I.e. Craig
Right.
Hodges.
Right.
Like that's your job. That's what it is. They play from the inside out. They go through the big man.
Yep.
You ain't even getting that opportunity. They ain't letting you just go around and just shoot from midcourt. Hell no, you gonna get on the bench. Soon as you do that shit, you ain't even gonna get chance to. You ain't gonna get a chance to get loose.
but you heard what Isaiah Thomas said about Steph Curry. It's like his first 4 or 5 years, he had them ankle problems. And
Mm,
Yep.
you going against the Pistons in the 80s and the 90s,
yeah, they took you out.
they gonna take you out. You ain't gonna run around
So
all day
I'm
like
like, no disrespect, but they would have been running it through a big man, man. So it's just different. And even when they say things like, oh, Giannis would have averaged 250, how the hell you gonna average 250 when dudes will just clothesline your ass, bro? And it's a
All
common
please.
game
foul.
long.
And it's a common foul. You talking about a time they didn't like a flagrant foul. There was no such thing.
Man.
There's 12 fouls between Lambert and Rick Mahone.
Real shit.
Shit, you forgot about John Sanders, didn't it?
Yeah.
And Edwards.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
Yeah.
24 fouls.
So shit. That what I
That's
be
a
and
fact.
see that what I
and
be trying to tell
a
you.
few from Robin too.
John Edwards on that team. Man, come
Yeah,
Yep.
on, man.
like
Yep.
and that what I be trying to tell my son and his partners is like back then. What y'all call fouls now, they was like, bro, keep playing, bro. That's some bullshit, man. Get your ass up and get down the floor.
Shaq
Bro,
keeps saying it.
you couldn't come in the bro. They had rim protectors back then.
Like
Now you
Shaq
real
can't
rim
keeps saying it.
like
protectors.
guys that would just stay under there. You know what I'm saying? It's called
Shaq
the
keeps
legal
saying it.
defense now.
Shaq keeps saying it. Guys like John Morant and Brunson and Jalen Green and all them, he was like, we would have put them little dudes on their ass.
Yeah, I
Coming through the
tell
lane like that. They got knocked on their ass
TC,
every time.
I tell your nephew that all the time. It's like, cause some of these players now play back then. Yeah, Kevin Durant can play. I can believe that.
I believe all of these stars, you know what I'm saying,
The
could.
real star, the real
Most of them,
stars.
yeah, I mean, you know what I'm talking about, bro.
Yeah,
Ain't but maybe 10 of them, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Ain't but maybe 10 of them. The rest of they wouldn't have been able, not on an NBA court. They would have been, what was that, the CBA back in the day. They would ended up having to go overseas and make careers for themselves. Let's just keep it real, because there wasn't no G League, bro. That was, you know what I'm saying? There wasn't no G League. There wasn't no farm system. Them boys would have had to stay in college. You know what I'm saying? They would have had to go through 4 years of college, dog, and hopefully get drafted. I'm
At
just
least
being real,
at
dog.
least 3 years of college,
Well,
because some
these
folks,
dudes don't know how to play basketball. That's the problem.
uh,
They grow up playing AAU. They one and done in college, and they come into the league raw, just raw. I mean, a lot of talent, but that's why the Europeans is making them all look bad. These motherfuckers don't know how to play.
and that
Right.
and they be and that
And AAU ball don't do them no
y'all
favors.
don't
All
even know
Nah,
AAU,
how.
all AAU ball do is wear them down by the time they get to the NBA,
yeah, and
and
that's why
and
you
that's
see
why the
these
injury is
teams.
so high.
Yeah, you see these teams like Indiana, OKC right now, ain't a number one pick on the damn teams on either team.
Nope. I
I
think the
said
highest
Chet.
was Chet what 2?
Chet's like a 2 or 3
Yeah,
or
2.
something like that. Yeah,
Yeah, well, I mean, Chet was projected one. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Chet was a one
yeah,
or a two pick.
yeah.
Yeah, he was
I mean, don't
top. He
get me
was
wrong.
top
They
3.
built the team, but I mean, you're gonna do some stuff like that. But I'm just saying, ain't no number one picks on either team, man. Like
And they
that's
loaded with draft picks.
yeah. Basically, you get a bunch of guys that didn't have to be a star, and then you build a good team. That's
Yep.
what it is. So I don't have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? The way it's just they shoot too many damn threes, bro. They do. I mean, the way the league is now, they do shoot too many. But I'm cool with the way it's evolving. I mean, I get it. These guys are worth so much damn money. Yes, Steph wouldn't even be his dad back in the day because he ain't tall enough to be his dad. He couldn't guard. He wouldn't have been able to guard anybody back then.
Oh yeah,
Because keep in
he was a
mind of how,
liability.
and people are like, now don't get me wrong, Steph now, if he came in the league with his body now, he could have played. He
At
could have
best, he'd
played.
have
Yeah.
been Chris
But if
Jackson. At
if,
best, he'd
if
have been
getting
Chris Jackson.
drafted with the way he got drafted in what '09 or whenever, he would have been out of the league in 2 years.
Oh yeah. He was
At
little.
best, at best, he'd have been Chris
You know what I'm
Jackson.
saying, man? Because you would have had to come in like Isaiah Thomas to survive in that bitch, bro. That little, or like Spud Webb, or Muggsy or some
Muggsy
shit.
Bogues or somebody
Yeah,
like that.
like you would have had to come in because what the fuck? They said stuff about a $1.55 or some shit, bro, coming in.
Oh yeah, he would
Yeah,
got broke
yeah.
up. He would got broke up. So
Yep.
You know what I'm saying that's back when motherfuckers is back. Point guards are backing down at mid court because you can hand check and shit, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. That changed the game. You can get these skinny motherfuckers in when you can put your, you know what I'm saying, you can't put your hands on a bitch hip.
Well, I
Like
can tell Big
you
Dog,
can't stick your
Derek
hands in there. They
Harper.
can everybody can face up, and people
Like I
like
can tell Big
that's the difference
Dog,
between Jordan and Kobe. You know what I'm saying?
Derek
Kobe could
Harper.
face up more.
If they played back then during Derek Harper time, and Derek Harper put that hand check on them,
Mm, yeah, because the ball got to go there every time you dribble.
ain't
Like every
nobody
dribble you
scoring
take.
nothing.
That's what
Right,
I'm saying. So that's why they be like, oh, they ain't have no skill because they just see him backing down at midcourt. Nah, that's what happens when the motherfucker's allowed to put his hand in your gut.
right.
Just stick it
Mark,
in there.
Mark
Pause.
Jackson
But
backing
he
you
able to
down.
just
Mark Jackson
stick his
backing you
hands
down
in there.
94 feet. Mark Jackson backing you down 94
Man,
feet.
imagine Kawhi Leonard able to hand check, bro.
I it's over
Imagine if
with.
Kawhi Leonard able to hand check. This motherfucker got hands the size
Right.
of damn catcher's mitts and shit, bro.
It's over with. But that what I be
Yeah.
trying, like I said, that what I be trying to tell my son and them is like we could like they could put their hands and like it wasn't nothing to be said. It's like this shit they do now. I just gotta hope you miss that. I gotta let you do your step back and your
Nah,
crossover.
hey, and you're not allowed to protect the rim,
Man,
or
what
else
I
you
can't
get
do
the three
shit.
seconds. So you get past one defender, he has to be backpedaling because you know what I'm saying, you're facing him up. So you get past one defender, you're at the rim now.
Yep.
Man,
There's no
I can't
protection.
do
Like you're
shit,
at the
but
rim.
yeah. And I gotta hope you miss.
Because if Wimby could camp in the paint,
They
okay,
yeah,
then
that would
look.
be it. Facts, bro. That would be. Come on, like
If
Shaq. That's
Wimby
why I
could
say
camp the lane,
like I would have to compare Steph Curry to like Shaquille O'Neal, and I get it, they're two totally separate players, but just with their impact on basketball, it's pretty similar. Pretty
Yeah.
similar as far as just the way they affect defenses, where everybody got to be aware of where this motherfucker is at all times, because as soon as he catch the ball, that's a basket.
I
like,
mean, I know people. I know
like
people.
in the places where he is, if he catch that motherfucker, it is a basket.
I know
You know?
people don't like James Harden, but James Harden definitely has affected the game too, just as
Yeah,
much as Curry.
yeah, in a negative way though. With Curry, they changed some fucked up rules on him though.
Well, I
As
ain't gonna say that because Curry negatively affected the game too, because he made bad shots cool.
well,
A lot of them shots are bad shots.
well, nah, the league made it so that the league made it so that other teams can sustain doing it, and I'm gonna tell you how. Okay, it's with the remember, they changed the offensive rebound rule with the shot clock. That's what changed shit, bro. The 14 seconds on an offensive rebound. That's why
Right.
teams are not really fucked over with them damn crazy ass logo shots, because it's just a long rebound and they get more offensive. Basically, it forced the rest of the league to speed up to the Warriors' pace. Like it forced the rest of the league to speed up. Other than that, they was blowing everybody the hell out. And I ain't like how the league did that. I'm like, bro, come on, man. 24 seconds. That's how you think the Spurs won 5 titles, man.
Hey, hey,
Moving that rock, bro, and squeezing out that 24 seconds, right?
hey,
And then you got
yeah.
Timmy under there to get you another 24.
Try to tell you.
Hey,
But
I'm talking about put the baby to bed, dog. You know what I'm saying?
I try to tell you,
Like for
Tim
real,
Duncan was
dog.
something
Hey,
serious.
they gonna use 22, 23 of 24 seconds every time they got it. Okay.
Try to tell you. All right, so it's still cause like I'm looking at point, like my definition of a true point guard is like you said, John Stockton or
right,
Chris Paul
Mm,
or Isaiah Thomas, Magic Johnson.
yeah,
I would Jason Kidd, them real
yeah.
point guards to me.
Those are true point guards. That's fact.
Yeah, I would even say like right now, Lonzo Ball.
Yeah, that's a true point guard.
That's a true point guard. Them are true point guards to
LaMelo
me.
isn't a true point guard.
Now
He would be
Melo is
an
not a
off
true
guard.
point
He
guard,
would be an off guard, yeah.
and that what
And
I was about
I
to
would
say.
consider Steph Curry an off guard.
Yeah, Steph Curry is a undersized too.
Yeah,
I would
he's
say
And
an off
I
guard.
would say I would say Halliburton
He
is a
can
true
play
point
the
guard.
one or the two. Nah, Halliburton, I would have to give him true point guard.
Yeah, he's a true
Halliburton.
point guard. Yeah,
He doesn't have any other skill set but that of a point guard.
Okay,
he's a great.
now
Yeah,
now watch
On the
this.
defensive end, he can guard a couple more positions in point guard. I'll give him that. He's a little more versatile on defensive end, but on the offensive end, point guard, no other skill set.
Now is James Harden a point guard?
no, he's a
Off guard. I
he's
would
a
give him
off
off guard.
he's an
Yeah.
off guard that can
Is
facilitate.
we know Melo not a point guard.
Mm.
Lillard, is he a point guard?
No,
He would be. I would consider him an off guard as well. You can play the one or the two.
Yeah, he a
he's a
combo
combo.
guard.
He's a
Like you'll
combo
start
guard.
him at one, but you can bring a backup point guard off the bench.
He's a
Is
combo guard.
I'm talking
watch
about a
it.
true point guard has to be the only point guard on the damn court.
Right. So that's why I'm like John Stockton. We know John Stockton got the ball. He the point.
That's it. There ain't no other point guard
Ain't
on
no
the
other
court.
point guard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Golden State point guard is Draymond.
That's crazy.
Point forward,
Point
but no,
forward.
you have Steph
Yeah,
Curry as the
but
off guard, so you can move other guys into. You know what I'm saying? It gives you a little more versatility. I don't mind that because you can move Steph Curry over. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? The Bulls used to run that shit. Jordan would
Yeah,
play
that's like I
off
said.
guard. Jordan would play off guard, and he would play the wings, guard and forward.
So
So
Pippen was the point guard, really.
Jordan and Pippen and
Jordan
Ron
and
Harper
Pippen,
played
yeah,
point
they
guard.
played point guard.
They
So
all and you know what I'm saying, before that, BJ Armstrong and shit. You know what I'm saying? And they would have Steve
yep,
Kerr. So they did a lot of that switching out. They had guys that can play 2 to 3 positions on the wings and in the backcourt. That's kind of how the
yeah,
triangle ran.
yeah,
And it worked. You know what I'm saying? Because you can also switch on defense, even though they didn't do much switching back then.
which is why I say the
Yeah.
'96 Bulls will give Golden State hell because
I
They
would
would
beat
beat
that
they would
versatility.
beat those
they
motherfuckers.
would beat
They would
their
beat them.
ass.
They got versatility.
And I believe they would beat the Golden State team. You talking about the one with KD or the 73 win team?
The one with KD, because
I believe so too. I believe they'll
Gonna
beat
give
their ass,
KD
bro.
fits.
I'm like, bro, the Spurs with Kawhi likely would have beat those motherfuckers, bro.
The young Kawhi.
Hey, you
Nah,
gotta think
remember when
about it.
when when
But
when Zaza had stepped under the shot,
and Kawhi was giving that
Kawhi was
ass
giving them niggas that
problems.
work, bro.
Yeah.
Kawhi was
Bro,
working that ass.
it looked like, bro, they were not going to win a game, bro. They can't play it like that.
Um,
Greg
them
Popovich was
folks
Golden
got
pissed,
State,
bro.
Golden
Bro,
State
KD
definitely
almost
had
got
gotten
no
lucky.
rings in Golden State if Kawhi didn't go down. He might have got no rings, dog.
If Chris Paul didn't tear his hip up or whatever it was in Houston, they was
That's
out
what,
of there because
bro.
Houston was too physical for them.
Facts. That Golden State team with KD, I don't believe that was. I mean, okay. I don't think they were a better team with KD. I just don't think so.
They were
The
top heavy.
70, I think the 73 win team was better. KD let motherfuckers off he let defenses off the hook, bro. You know what I'm saying? In a way that when he wasn't on the court, defenses were never off the hook, dude. Like, because when you get down to under 8 seconds in the shot clock, you know where the ball's going, bro. So guys can just kind of like stay home, maybe send a double team, whatever. But before that, when it was just Steph and Clay running around screens and Andrew Bogut setting the best screens I ever seen on the perimeter in my motherfucking
The
life.
best, the best
You know
illegal
what I'm saying?
screens
Like
ever.
real shit, bro. And the motherfuckers running around and they running around them bitches hard as fuck too. Bro, dude, that was nasty, bro. What they was putting defenses through, man.
Yeah, that was nasty.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, KD, you ain't really seen none of that. That's why when he got hurt, it looked like they was knocking other teams the fuck off, bro. Fucking them up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, I mean, I get it. They are still tough. Like when you going against LeBron and shit, just having KD out there probably does make you a little tougher. But I just like the way they play a little bit better. I think the team without KD will have a better chance because they'll just
But
stick
KD,
Rodman.
KD
They'll
was
just
there
stick
to
Rodman
offset
on
LeBron.
KD, bro.
Oh,
KD was
that
there
was
to offset LeBron. That's
They'll just
really
stick
all it
Rodman on
was.
KD.
you heard Ed put Robin on and KD
They
would
would
have
have just
been
put
probably
Rodman on LeBron.
I would put Rodman on KD when KD called
I
himself
mean,
trying to play
Rodman
down
on KD.
and
Yeah, they would just put Rodman on KD, bro.
when
Robin would
KD
have
called himself
KD
trying to
lost.
play when KD trying to play the mid post and all that. Yeah, I put Rodman on him right there.
Yeah,
When he called himself
there
trying to
is no
get down there.
turnaround. There is no
Right.
nothing, bro. Like that's it. But I was like, when they say that, I'm like, what rules we playing? Like, what rule we playing? 90s rules or we playing this ticker tap bullshit? What's up?
If it's 90s rules, it's the
If we
Bulls
play
damn near in
90
the sweep.
rules,
That's what I'm
it'd
saying.
probably be a
The
sweep. We
Bulls damn near
playing
in the
90
sweep.
rules.
But
But
I'm
if we
like, but if we playing these rules like today's rules, Bulls in 6, Bulls
yeah,
in 5 or 6,
because they gonna find a way to get
because
Rodman
they'll
out the
still
game.
run them niggas out the gym. They're gonna start playing in transition eventually, bro. As the series goes on, Jordan and Pippen and Harper about to figure that shit out, bro, and start turning them niggas over, bro.
Oh
So
yeah,
that all
yeah,
that
yeah,
playing
yeah.
fast and shooting, it ain't gonna be
It was
as
long.
easy to make them, bro. You talking about, bro? You got 3 all defensive team dudes on this
Right.
squad, and Ron Harper too.
Right.
Don't tell me y'all are gonna be shooting a high percentage against these niggas. Hell no.
And Ron Harper took a step back offensively to play for the Bulls. Because he
Exactly.
was
Just
a
to play
because
for
he
the
was a
Bulls.
because he was
I'm
a
just
20
saying
he was a
once they
20-point
start,
scorer.
you know what's up, bro. Once they start turning you over, bro, and they're playing downhill,
Yeah,
Over with.
It's Jordan
Oh,
jumping from the free throw
Jordan and
line.
pimping on your ass.
Jordan
that's
from
what
the
I'm
free throw
saying,
line.
bro. Because they turning you over at mid court, bro.
Especially with the way Jordan and Pippen play the passing lanes with all that length that they
Woo,
actually got.
You know. And then you talk
shit.
about the '96 Bulls, and that's what I said. I was like, I'm kind of being funny, but keep in mind, motherfucker, if that's the case, Golden State, y'all ain't got no coach because he got to suit up for the other team.
Man, what he gotta go play. He gotta
Nah,
go play the point.
nah, but that's another reason why I say maybe Thibodeau's got to go as a Knicks fan, and it's a similar situation in Golden State. Yeah, Mark Jackson was a great coach. Did he deserve to be fired? Probably not. But he's the coach to get you good, and Steve Kerr is the coach to get you great.
The
So
only thing the only
sometimes
thing
it's like
Thibodeau
that,
is good. The
you
only
know.
thing Thibodeau good for is running down your star player.
But
That's all
sometimes
he
not.
good for.
He can also do what he did, where he institutes a culture of defense, communicating, playing together, all of those things, and then you bring in another player that cleans this shit up. And also keep in mind another thing that saved Steve Kerr, the move that the Warriors made that doesn't get enough credit. which was just bringing in Sean Livingston for like a food stamp card, because that was something that held Mark Jackson back, was that Steph Curry had no backup. If you want to call Jared Jack a backup, because the Warriors had almost beat the Spurs before they won a championship with Mark Jackson. It's just Steph ain't had no damn backup. So late in games, they couldn't close the deal, but they had almost beat the motherfuckers, man.
And
So you
they
get
had to
Brunson
move.
a backup. I'm just saying, you get him a backup point guard, a real one. You'll get Brunson, because that campaign shit that ain't gonna do it. Deuce McBride is more of kind of like an off guard. We actually did a little bit better running those two together. So you get him a real backup point guard, probably a long one too. If you can get a taller, longer point guard, like maybe even try to bring in maybe Lonzo Ball would probably make a good backup point guard for that Knicks team.
Yeah,
Just
he
something
would.
like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because reason why I like Sean Livingston is because he can play three positions and guard four,
Yeah.
and very very
Lonzo.
very low turnover guy. You know what I'm saying? Low turnover, great position. You know what I'm saying? You want to start a guy that could start
Yeah.
elsewhere, but it's cool with coming off your bench.
Yeah, yeah,
You
Lonzo
know?
will keep the floor spread.
Yeah.
You'll pick up more defense with Lonzo on the court, and he's
True.
a willing passer.
And what
He'll
I'm
get you an
seeing is,
easy bucket.
yeah, the way we playing Brunson, motherfucker, you can run him in off guard, bro. He don't have to play point guard. Fuck out of here. Fuck it, don't pass.
Ain't that what he
You know what
was
I'm
doing
saying?
in Dallas when
Well,
he was
yeah,
with
when
Luka?
yeah, he was playing
Yeah,
off guard because Luca was dominating the ball. So like we could do that. So basically, you can bring him in with another guard, but also you can remember you can sub in Lonzo at like the 1, 2, or the 3. So that just gives you a little more versatility with your lineup. When guys get into foul trouble, you can just bring him in, move. You can start shifting guys over. Just give you some
yeah,
more versatility. You know, I'm just using Lonzo as an example, but I would get just a longer defensive type point guard
Okay, let me
that,
ask
that
you.
can take care of the ball, because that Cameron Payne shit made me want to puke, bro. Just watching that
I
shit, bro.
hey,
come on now, not too much.
I had to respect Cam. I had to
Not
respect
too much on
Cam.
campaign, man.
He
That's
played
some
down.
that's a
He played
that's some
down here.
Memphis shit.
That's
Yeah,
a
that's some
Memphis
Memphis
shit.
shit. Not too much, man.
Bro,
Not
that
too
motherfucker
much.
looked like, bro. He just seemed like he ready to run into a brick wall. Motherfucker ready to
Not,
fall. Now, Cat, I
not
was
too
like,
much, man.
I know Cat's goofy, but I'm not gonna deny the talent. It's just like you goofy, bro. It's like you want to go somewhere, but your body going to other place and shit like that. Like I think Cat gonna have to drop out 15, 20. He gonna have to drop out 15, 20. He gonna have to really get into that weight room and work on that core. It's not even just your strength, but your core is just gonna have. You gotta have to get more control over your body, man. Because I can just see his body's going in places that he can't control. That's just what it looked like to me watching
Yeah,
Cat. You know what I'm
Cat
saying?
still got the bill when he was playing center for Minnesota.
Yeah,
Instead of slimming back down like he was prior to moving to the 5. Because he ain't a
for
5
real,
in New
dog.
York. He ain't a 5 in New
Exactly.
York.
We got Mitch for that, dog, and we kind of need you to spread the floor. We also need you to guard the perimeter too. But also, you just see him doing a lot, like even on the offensive end, bro, going to the basket, whatever, bro. He purposely looks for an arm to hook or something like that, and then he
I saw
runs dudes
that.
over. Guys are coming to draw a charge, and he can't stop. He can't make a quick move. Like, have you ever seen Cat Euro?
I
Have
It's
you
real
ever
have.
seen
awkward.
Cat do a Euro step,
It's
bro?
real awkward. It's
Yeah,
real awkward.
it's
That's what
awkward.
I'm saying, bro. I'm like, yo, this nigga goofy, bro, but I can't deny the talent. I mean, it's still Cat.
Yeah,
He got the talent, but
he's a all NBA player.
without a
He's
doubt.
all NBA player.
And that's why I say so I saw your comment in the chat. I'm like, trust me, I'll shit on Knicks fans about that. I'm like, you can't complain now. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all
Yeah, because
wasn't
they
complaining
complained
all year.
about
You
Randall.
wasn't complaining all year, and I'm not gonna complain about Tibbs. But I said this before the playoffs started. If the Knicks didn't win the championship, Tibbs was getting fired, bro. Like for real. You could have got to the
I'm
finals.
not
You
a
fuck around and go
Tibbs
five
fan.
games with. You fuck around, and go 5 games with OKC. Tibbs is getting fired, bro, and I believe Tibbs is getting fired.
I'm not a Tibbs fan. I watched him run the Bulls down into the ground. I'm a
Mm,
Houston fan. I watched him run Yao Ming into the ground. Like
mm.
I'm not a Tibbs fan. Like his style, I'm not because you wear your players out, and then come postseason, it's nothing left. They're gonna
I mean,
eventually
I would agree
bottom
with
out,
that
and it's gonna
when
be
it comes to injuries, right? But like, I
so.
can't say that happened with the Knicks this past year. Everybody was
Um,
on the court.
and yeah,
'Cause that was the problem
he,
last year with the
he got
injuries,
a
and they was healthy.
But this year,
he
now
have a whole
everybody's
history of that
durable.
though. So
But I mean,
yeah,
but also it's not his fault if the roster is only X deep. Now, where he fucks up is because he panicked and actually played an extra 3 guys that he didn't play all through the damn playoffs. So it's like, why the hell ain't you been playing these
no
motherfuckers,
rhythm,
bro?
no rhythm, no
Had he just,
chemistry.
hey, I'm with you, TC. Had he just rolled with the motherfucking 7 guys you've been playing,
Right. Y'all
hey,
let Josh
you know
Hart
what I'm
play
saying? But you
40
telling us you
40,000
capable of
minutes a
it.
game.
Because I'm like, bro, if you didn't trust these motherfuckers before, why the hell do you trust them now? Because these are some pretty
Right.
important games, motherfucker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they are.
Right. Right.
Like, come
Y'all let
on,
Josh
bro.
Hart play 50, 52 minutes a game. I know
And
it's
then
only
all of a
48,
sudden,
but
because he asked to be taken out of the starting lineup, you took him out. I still wouldn't have did it. If
nope.
anything,
No,
I
I
would have
wouldn't.
had Cat coming. If I changed that starting lineup at all, I would have just switched Cat and Robinson. You know what I'm saying? And that's only because I'm so weak at the damn, you know what I'm saying, at the center spot that I'm going to have to sub one in for the other or just in the front court in general. I can't have them both on the court at the same time because just like you said, I'm going to wear one down and the other one going to get in foul trouble. What do?
Right.
I'm
Right.
stuck,
And you
you know?
playing Hart out of, and you
So
playing Hart out of
I need
position.
one of them with the second unit. Like I need one of them with the second unit. That's the only reason why. So since Cat was already starting, you make it like that. But you want Josh Hart on the court at all times. You
Playing
know?
the 4.
Yeah. Playing the 4,
Playing the
playing the
4.
3, whatever you need. You know what I'm saying? Playing point forward, whatever you need from Josh Hart, he'll give it to you. You know? So I mean that's just the way it is. So I wasn't even fond of those changes that he made to the lineup look like panic changes. Because even after losing game 1, I was like, why would you make a change to your starting lineup? Because I was like, the difference in the series up until game 6, really even through game 6, was game 1. If y'all don't blow a 14-point lead with less than 3 minutes left, motherfucker, the series is 3-3 right now. Provided
Yeah,
everything goes the way it did. So why the hell are you fucking with your lineup?
because
That
what
same starting lineup that you had you with a 14-point lead with 3 minutes left.
I'm gonna tell you, like I said earlier when I was talking about it, Siakam was killing Cat.
Yeah,
That
he
what
was.
the problem was. Siakam was killing Cat.
Well, because Cat don't know when. Okay, so when Cat, because just like TC said, Cat's so damn used to guarding 4s and 5s and shit that when Siakam's out on the damn 3-point line or whatever, Cat's natural
Yep.
instinct is to back away. That's why they said this motherfucker's always in drop coverage. And then he's like, oh
Right.
shit, I got to get up on him. So it's like, you know, you got to get
Siakam
up
is an
on him,
overgrown
but your
3.
body's moving backwards. So you're always a second or two late and you get jayed up on. Or you come at that motherfucker late and he just hezzies and he's past you, just blows by your ass, bro. You know what I'm saying? He can't guard. Cat is a defensive liability, bro. He is.
Yeah,
But it's
he
all
is.
good. Just like you said, he's an all NBA player, so hey, you gotta take good with the bad, bro. I'll
Yeah.
take that all NBA player over Julius Randle
I
for
mean, I
our
like
team.
Julius. I like them in Minnesota. I like Julius
I like him
Randle.
in Minnesota, yeah. I don't like him in New York. I thought it was good for both teams.
It was an even trade, really, when you look at it.
Yeah.
It was an even trade. Let me one more question. I'm gonna get up out of here. It's almost 2 hours. Jordan or Kobe?
Oh, come on, man. That's a no brainer.
Really?
Yeah, that's Jordan all day. As far as my top 10 goes, just like I said, I told you, the top 5, we agreed with that total. After that, like right after that, number 6 would be Larry Bird. Number 6 would be Larry Bird.
I got Larry Bird in
Uh,
my top 10.
yeah, 7, 8. You know what I'm saying? 7, 8. Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Kobe, Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan likely first. I think I put because of the extra MVP, the extra
I think I put
MVP,
them up
and the
Kobe.
extra
Yeah.
final MVP, the extra finals MVP, and 9 and 10 are Shaq and Steph. Shaq and Steph.
Yeah.
Um,
I,
you know what I'm saying? And that's what all of those criteria, you know what I'm saying, the championships, all of that being the best player on your team for those championships, whatever. I put Shaq a notch above Steph Curry, but I do put him in the top 10. So yeah, Jordan, no brainer. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's tough, bro. You got less championships, Kobe, and for 3 of those championships, you wasn't the best player on your fucking team, bro. There was never a day when Jordan wasn't the best player on his team. That's why I put LeBron over Kobe. I know he's got less championships, but LeBron was the best player on his team for all of the ones he won.
now that's
And
the
he's got 4
argument.
MVPs.
Now that's the argument right there. Now, like they saying, all right, we know Jordan better than LeBron. Okay, yeah, I'm a LeBron playing, I got Jordan better than LeBron.
Mm.
This is the longevity. Now
Mm.
they're saying is LeBron ain't even better than Kobe.
That I can understand why people would say that, but they're wrong. And bro, the internet got them I love Kobe sectors and shit, and they just love that motherfucker, bro. Like a lot of these other sports channels are just I love Kobe channels in disguise, and they call themselves, dude. What about Kobe? What about Kobe? Like, bro, God rest his soul, he's a hell of a player. But what about him, bro? I'm talking about number 7, number 8 all time, and that's not a bad number. A lot of people won't even give him that. You know what I'm saying? Because
I
Yeah,
outside of
heard
that,
somebody had Kobe at 11.
don't get
yeah,
me
I heard
wrong.
somebody
You
say
do
him at
when
11.
you see who's at 11 and stuff where I would put these guys at 11, you can understand why you would put them there because now you're talking about guys like Isaiah, Olajuwon, Wilt. You know what I'm saying? Dr. J, whose ABA numbers ain't even in the damn NBA stats and shit, who won championships and all of that other stuff. Like Havlicek. Like you got other guys, Karl Malone. You know?
Yeah.
Like
So the
so
guy I
you
was
can
talking
put
about, he
Kobe
got Kobe.
outside of the top 10. You
So
can.
the guy I was talking about got Kobe at 11. He got Olajuwon and Chamberlain in his top 10.
Yeah,
Like
that's what I'm saying.
he got all the prominent bigs in his top 10. He
But I
got
think that's
Jordan. He got LeBron.
And he's got a good argue. I'm sure he's got a good
Yeah,
argument
his
to come
argument,
on to
his
put
his argument
Olajuwon and
is
Wilt
yeah.
over Kobe Bryant. There's an argument for that.
He got both of
I
them.
think
He
that's
got Duncan.
I wouldn't do
ain't
it
that
though. I
Irvin
wouldn't put him.
Johnson?
I wouldn't put them over Kobe.
Uh,
I wouldn't put
Ain't
them
that
over Kobe.
Irvin Johnson that used to play for Seattle?
I don't even know.
That's who it looked
I
like
just
to
know
me,
him by his
Irvin
YouTube
Johnson.
name.
What's his YouTube name?
I think they call him like Chill Town or
I
whatever
know
they
who you
call him.
talk. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think he had Kobe. Yeah, his short went viral saying he had Kobe at like number
Yeah,
11
Kobe at
or
11. Yeah.
something like that. And I can understand it was a valid argument, bro. It was a valid. His list was it was valid. It was valid. I would probably argue the order a little bit, but it was a valid list. Like you heard
Yeah,
my top 10, and
I
I'm
couldn't
like, bro, I
debate it.
left guys like Isaiah, Olajuwon, Wilt out of the top 10. But the reason why, like those things, you know what I'm saying? MVPs, championships, you know what I'm saying? Championships, finals MVPs, like was you the best player on your team, best player in the world, like all of that stuff. You count in the longevity, all of that shit, man. You know, so
Yeah.
um, like you gotta think about that. And then you got other dudes that were pretty goddamn good, man. Just
Yeah.
like I
So
said,
I got Kobe in my top 10, but I
mm,
wouldn't going off his top 10, I can't even debate his top 10. Like
mm.
it's solid.
And what
Yeah,
what
it's a
what did I
solid
just
top
say? I
10.
said Kobe at 8, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kobe at 8. Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
yeah, I
is
think
he's
still
he,
it's
solid.
which is still I'm like that's still above Shaq. That's still
yeah.
above Shaq.
I think he had Shaq at like 9,
Mm.
10.
I just had Shaq at 9.
I think he
Yeah,
had Shaq at
I
9.
got Shaq. I got Shaq at
I had Shaq
19.
at 9. Bro, four titles, three finals
I
MVP.
order some.
4 titles, 3 finals MVPs. 6 trips to the finals.
So
1 MVP.
let me see. Okay, about 7 minutes. I'm gonna get up out of here. So let's
Yeah.
let's run down. Cause it's like we all got the same top 10. We just got different orders.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
For the most part.
So Bill Russell. We all got Bill Russell top 10.
Yeah.
I think all of us got the same top 3. Jordan, Russell, Kareem.
Okay. Now,
Anybody
LeBron.
argue that?
I
The
ain't
top
arguing
3?
with that. I'm not arguing with
Okay.
I got Bron, but if you said Russell, I'm not gonna be like, oh no, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
that. Okay. So
I
does
had
LeBron?
LeBron James at a solid 5.
So
So
you got
Solid
LeBron.
Bron at
5.
5. I got him at
Magic by
3.
itself at 4.
Okay, I got Magic and LeBron top 5
Okay.
behind the big 3. Where you got them at, TC?
Well, who was that? Which player?
LeBron and Magic.
I got. So I think I guess because my list is because I got Magic ahead of Bron. I got Magic in my top 3, and I got Bron
Yeah.
at 4.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got the same top
We
5 then.
got same
You
top
switched
5.
up
We
We
the
got
got
order.
same
same
top 5. Top
All right.
3, no.
Where does Larry Bird go?
Right there, 6.
6.
6.
I got him in my top 10.
Yeah.
I
Where you
just
got? Where you
With,
got?
I would
with
Where you
have
me,
got?
to
he's 6.
I would have to sit down and like really look over and like really pinpoint where I would put Larry. Larry in my top 10 though.
Yeah.
Okay, he in my top 10 too.
Because I just put him. I'm like LeBron just passed him with the bubble title.
Oh yeah,
Like that.
yeah.
That's the way. That's the only reason.
I
Because I'm
don't
like
like.
before the
I
bubble
don't like
title,
that.
but before the bubble title,
It was
I had
only it was
Larry above him, or
yeah,
like
I
five
did
five
too.
one five A type. You know what I'm saying? Like five and 5A type number. You know what I'm saying? Like I had Larry above him before but the bubble title is still more than three. Still more
Yeah.
than three.
Did more
Even
than
if it's
three.
a half a title, even though you know what I'm saying, it's still more than Larry.
So we got Larry in top 10, right?
The
Mm.
Mickey Mouse title.
Yeah.
The Mickey Mouse title.
Okay. All right, so we got 6. All right. Tim Duncan, top 10.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was next. And I have Kobe and Tim kind of side
Okay.
by
So we
side with
got
each other.
Tim Duncan
Yeah.
and Kobe in top 10.
That was my
Yep.
7 and 8. That was my 7 and
Okay.
8. Kobe and Tim.
Now, this is where I want to go. Shaq, Steph, Chamberlain. Somebody gotta be at the top 10.
That's it, bro. Wilt is out of the top 10. What the hell? The hell?
Which 3 you said?
You counting
Chamberlain,
titles, right?
yes. So Wilt, Steph, Shaq. One of them gotta be at the top 10.
Yeah, it probably will.
Bro, you can count titles and MVPs.
You know
And
what's so
everybody
funny?
love to hold that unanimous MVP. But
Mhm.
that
You
that
can hold
that Curry
titles,
got.
MVPs, trips to the finals, all that. Them boys they win.
That's a hard one because I don't want to put Shaq out. I want to keep Shaq in, but
How do you take Shaq out?
that's what I'm saying is like
He's got twice as many titles as Wilt,
I know that's what I'm
And
like.
just as dominant,
if not more.
if not more. And he did it in the
Because
era of
they said
bigs.
Wilt held. And let's keep it real. They said Wilt held back.
That's what,
Because Wilt was stronger than motherfucker, bro.
you know
They
what the
said
best
he was.
play. That
They
was
said
like
he could have. They said he could have been breaking motherfuckers' fingers in the rim, like arms in the rim and shit. And he chose
I
not to
just
dunk
look
on
and I
people for
just
that
got to
reason.
watch some.
Yeah,
I
you know what I'm saying?
just got to watch some Chamberlain highlights not too long
Yeah.
ago, and I was like, man, you couldn't stop Wilt.
That's what they said. They said he didn't want to hurt nobody, or else
It
he would
was
have
shit you could
gone
do.
like how Shaq was hurting people, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if it's down to them 3, you can't be wrong if you leave one of them out, though. You can't be wrong.
No
Whichever one you
disrespect. I
leave
mean,
out.
I think Wilt is gonna make top 12, top 13. I just have to leave Wilt
I
out.
know we said Wilt didn't want to hurt nobody. Shaq had no
Yeah.
problem
Yeah,
running
Shaq
his
had a
elbow
Exactly,
through
bro.
problem.
somebody. Shaq had no problem running his elbow
That-
right through somebody's forehead.
yeah, or just hey, bro, you try to foul him or whatever, bro. Grab his shoulder, whatever. That motherfucker take you with him up there. You try to block that motherfucker dunk, bro. You about to lose a couple fingers, bro.
I mean, yeah, because that way I got down to like when it came down to them last 2 spots,
I
somebody
know.
had to be
I'm
left
gonna
out.
just order something. Just leave it
I'm like,
alone, man.
I feel like Shaq and Steph, and I would have to give it to Steph, dude.
Yeah, I want to say Wilt so bad, but I want to say Wilt be in the top 10, but when you say Shaq and Steph, it's like
It was tough. That's what I'm saying. It was tough.
It's tough. It's tough. It's
I was like, I'll
tough.
take the argument for Wilt over Olajuwon, or the other way around. Like,
Yeah, I take Wilt over
I'll concede
Olajuwon.
on that.
I'm
Like,
not.
that's what I'm saying.
I'm not gonna do that just because of my bias. So I ain't gonna
Yeah,
do that.
TC a Rockets fan. TC a Rockets
Okay.
fan.
Now, respect on that though. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'll respect that because I watched Olajuwon play,
I
bro.
ain't gonna put him at 1, but he definitely in my top
So
10.
I'm a Knicks fan, so you know I get Hakeem Olajuwon, bro.
I'm now.
But then you got, like I say, you got the other guys. You got the Karl Malones. You got, of course, Isaiah Thomas, who's I believe is easily, you know what I'm saying, like one of those next, you know what I'm saying, 3-4 dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Definitely, you know, like when you talking about top 15 to top 20, you know what I'm saying? So
Where would you put KG?
KG, he's not in there.
Top 15?
Yeah. I mean, because it's tough, dog. I mean, bro, I can never put like him above Moses Malone. Like, and then I can't forget what Dr. J did in the damn ABA.
Yeah, I about to get
You know what I'm saying? Even though the numbers ain't there, bro. So he's there for that.
I can't put Garnett ahead of Duncan because that's
you ain't going ahead of Duncan.
that's his
That's what I'm saying.
contemporary. That's
Yeah.
his contemporary, right? But I can also put KG ahead of Dirk, who is also his other contemporary. So it's like KG.
Nah, and you know what? Hey, That's a solid comparison. KG versus Dirk. The careers kind of mirror each other. One MVP, 2 trips to the finals, one title apiece.
Yeah.
Raj, we want to know who the
Right?
top three is.
One title apiece, 2 trips to the finals. You know, one MVP apiece. So yeah, their careers are kind of like similar. You
You
know,
see what Raj
when you're
is
talking
said.
about the accolades, anyway. I know they have different games, but just the accolades and shit.
Raj want to know who top three again.
Yeah, it was Russell, Kareem, and Jordan.
And I
So
mean, he got the
It's tough
winners.
for
He has the
yeah,
winners
it's
at the
tough for
top
me
three.
to argue when people do try to leave Russell out because I'm like I do kind of have an asterisk for anything pre free agency, pre merger. You know what I'm saying? But pre free agency,
But winning is winning.
mhm.
yeah, winning is
Winning is
like
winning, and he can only play with what's he can only go against who's in front of him.
Exactly. That's why he's still in my top three.
okay.
He can only
Now
go
let's
against who's in
look at
front of him.
some of let's look at like all right. Well, let's go top 20. Top 20. Russell Westbrook. Is he top 20?
No,
And no, no,
no.
no,
And yeah,
no,
and then
Okay.
there's Oscar. You know what
no.
I'm saying, like Oscar, I think I mentioned the other five, so you would have and whatever order you want, but Will, Olajuwon, Isaiah Thomas, um, who else do we have?
I don't even think I got Russ as a top 5 point guard all
Yeah,
time.
hell no, hell no.
Okay.
Yeah, I said Isaiah Thomas. Who else did I mention? Yeah, then there's Karl Malone,
Uh, let me see. KD.
John Havlicek. So I just mentioned 5 of those next 10.
So
I
where
had
would
to
you
sit down and write this list.
Kevin Durant?
He's not there. He's not there. He wouldn't be one of the next 5. Well, I know I'm leaving some. Oh yeah, I mentioned Dr. J. I almost left Dr.
Yeah,
J
you
out.
said
Dr.
Dr. J.
J, Dr. J, Moses Malone, and I would have what 3 more spots. Yeah, and then shit. I mean, there are arguments
So
for Earl Monroe,
it's a
Earl
hard
Monroe,
argument.
Connie Hawkins. Oh, Jerry West, bro. This
Shit.
like, dude, you see how easy it is to leave motherfuckers out of that top 20.
Yeah, it
You
gets
feel me?
muddy. It get real muddy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Havlicek. I know I mentioned him, but Havlicek, bro.
It get muddy after 10.
Like you feel me?
Yeah, it get
You
real
know?
muddy. It get real ugly.
That's
Cause
what I'm
last
saying. I
night,
was like, yo, I don't even want to argue that because it's like it's such arguments, dog. And I know I'm still leaving folks out, but I'm like, just like you say, it get messy, dog. It
yeah,
gets
it get
real
real
messy.
ugly. Man. Well, look, I appreciate y'all guys coming up here talking this basketball, man.
Yeah.
Auntie, you got any last words?
No, I appreciate the basketball talk, bro. Thank you. I
Yeah,
saw the
man.
shot.
I'm trying to get away from the relationship.
But yeah,
and
to
all that.
answer your question, is Steph Curry good enough for an all-time starting 5? Possibly, but he would have to play the off guard. Like you would probably have to shift Jordan to the 2.
I'm not
I'm
even
sorry, to
doing
the
that.
3.
No, not
Yeah,
happening.
you would
Not for
have to
me.
shift Jordan to the 3. To the 3.
Nope.
I'm not saying
Mm-mm.
put him on the bench, and then you have to start Magic at point.
No, Magic is my
So
point. Jordan is my 2. I probably put Bird at my 3.
you'll put Bird over LeBron at the 3.
Yeah, you right. No, I put Brown at the 4.
You put Braun at the 4 over Tim Duncan.
Hell up out of here, dog. Are you crazy, dog?
I
I
would.
got at the
I
4.
would.
At the
I would.
4.
I
And
would.
the 4 and the 5, bro. I've got like Shaq and
But Shaq would be my 5.
Olajuwon under
I don't
there,
need
or
2
Shaq
big
and
I don't
Kareem
need
under
2 big
there, dog.
motherfuckers at the rim.
Hell
Shaq is
yeah, bro.
Shaq
Shaq
is
and Tim
fine.
Duncan. I'm putting Shaq
Shaq is
and
fine.
Tim Duncan, dog. At the 4 and the 5.
I put Braun. I put Braun in my 4. He either my
I'm
3 or my
sorry,
4.
bro. Hey,
I don't need Shaq and Duncan.
I'll let LeBron back up Magic at point guard. That's as good as you get. I'll let him back up Magic at point
Nah, I
guard, or
can't do it.
I'll let him back up Jordan at small forward. I'll just start Jordan. Yeah,
I'm not putting
I'll let him back
Curry.
up. If
I'm not.
anything, bro,
I'm
I
good.
would. I'll do because remember what Bobby Knight said in Portland, like, oh, but we need a center. He said, hey, then jump Jordan at center, whatever, but pick Jordan. Hell up out of here, dog.
Yeah, I
Positionless
got it.
basketball, dog. If I got a spot and it's Jordan, I'm putting Jordan in
Well, if
there. I
we
just
talking
move
about
him over.
positionless basketball, then LeBron is on my court. Then we talking about positionless
No, I
basketball.
feel you. I feel you.
Now,
I
if we
feel
just
you.
talking about a traditional four, then I probably would take Duncan.
But I'm saying if I had to start Steph, I couldn't take Magic from the point guard spot. I can't take him out of it. So that means,
I can
ooh,
out of there.
damn,
You
you
put
take
Steph
Magic
over
Johnson.
Magic.
No, Steph ain't playing over Magic. Steph coming off that bench.
Who starts over Magic Johnson at point guard?
Nobody.
Nope, nobody.
Nobody.
That's what I'm saying. I can't. So where do I put Steph?
And I'm
So
not
so you
moving
just said
Steph
Steph can't
to
start.
Jordan's
Okay.
spot, and I'm not
Me
Hey,
moving him to the
personally,
Jordan
but
spot
every
either.
spot is Jordan's spot. That's what I mean. Like you can't. If Jordan's on the court, he's at his spot.
Yeah,
I'm like, if we playing position, then yeah, he's a 6 man. If we
I feel
playing
you.
position,
yeah.
Yeah.
He can come off the
now
bench.
we
Yep,
playing
exactly.
positionless. He might start if we playing positionless basketball.
Bro, yeah, that's hey, Steph Curry would be the new Vinny Johnson. That's the microwave.
Microwave.
Yeah, get us hot coming off the pond.
All
Nah,
right.
I'm a big dog, man. Thanks for having me up, man.
No problem,
Appreciate you.
Auntie, man. You're welcome anytime over here,
Nah, I
bro.
appreciate you, dog, because you be coming on while I'm, you know what I'm saying, finishing up my work day, man. So I appreciate that.
All right, no problem,
Salute,
bro.
bro.
All right, now. TZ,
What up? What up?
what's up, bro? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm gonna keep it simple.
What's up?
KD to Houston, and Jordan is forever to go. Nothing else need to be said.
That's it.
That's it. Signing off.
I got you. Love you, bro.
That's it. Yep.
I
Curry ain't in my all-time starting five.
gotcha. KD to Houston, Jordan to go, Steph coming off the bench.
Steph 6 man. Microwave.
Microwave.
Jamal Crawford.
Ain't
Lou
nothing wrong
Will.
with Ginobili came off the bench.
Ginobili, yeah. There's plenty of great 6 men. And he would be mine.
I got you. All right, bro, man. I'm gonna get up with you later, bro.
All right.
I love you, bro.
All right, love you too.
All
right.
Man. There's an entertaining debate. I like to thank Auntie for coming over here, and I like to thank my brother TC and Cali for coming up. You know what I'm saying, talking basketball. Like I said, man, I got to go back to what I know and what I like. I like sports. You know what I'm saying? I'm rebranding. I'm building this back up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm doing it a whole nother way. You know what I'm saying? And I advise you to catch on before I get gone. Because once I get gone, it's gonna be hard to get up with me then. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? There ain't no me bragging. That just have my confidence right now. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But like I said, man, if you ain't like the show, man, please hit the like button as you leave. If you ain't shared this, please share this. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm trying to get to 1,300 by the end of the year. And I'm trying to get monetized by the end of the year. Help a brother out. Like I said, it's just sports. You know what I'm saying? One of the best debates in the world. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about relationships all day. We can blame men for the problem. We can blame women for the problem. It is what it is. Ain't nobody gonna take accountability for their own bullshit. It is what it is. But when it comes down to football, basketball, sports, everybody right and everybody wrong. It is what it is. Just out the simple fact we had a top 10 debate. Just out the simple fact, me and 2 other guys had a top 10 debate of the best of all time. You see what it got down to when it got down to the last 2 spots, man. It is what it is. But I'm finna get up out of here. I appreciate y'all coming through. And next time I go live, man, please stop through and holler at your boy. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And I get up with y'all at another time.
side. Smartphone for the dumb bread. Clip full of the bad. Bad bitch in the bed frame. Same one for the break hang. Mindset on the next move. No time for the head game. Kush pack in the backpack. Nap time in the nap sack. Smartphone for the dumb bread. Clip full of the bad. Bad bitch in the bed frame. Same one for the break hang. Mindset for the next move. No time for the head game. I'm a player, you a parody. Bad bitch, 2 braids like a Cherokee. So much that I might need a parody. Smoke dope and I might need therapy. I be fly than a bitch, young parakeet. Apparently, these niggas don't know who I be. Last time I came to the show, so you paid at the door and I slid in, no ID. You ain't cold like me. Know you see the name in neon. Prime time shit like Dion. Niggas ain't peas, they peons. Hit it in the bed, bad beyond. Neck on froze, on Freon. I ain't gotta tell her that we on. Shawty know she heard of the band and the brand and the type shit we on. Fuck they be on. Got a nigga leading this shit like Eons. He a fan, he a windmill. Top down on the coast, got a wind chill. But I'm grill, big fur, nigga chinchill. Tell him simmer down, sit still. Switch flows like knobs on the faucet. Tell him I need all of the profit. I'm off for the week shit. Probably off for a week shit. With a queen at the crib, got it looking like Freaknik. My flight about to head from the runway. It's noon, getting head on a Monday. Sunbathe on the beach on a Sunday. Niggas still getting paid from the one play. Pulled up in the what you call it. Eating on that, can't pronounce it. They seen I ain't announced it. Doing numbers like 8 accountants. Ducked off by the lake and mountains. Might make it sound like in the backpack. Nap time in the knapsack. Smartphone for the dumb bread. Clip full of the bad. Bad bitch in the bed frame. Same one for the break hang. Mindset on the next move. No time for the head game. Kush pack in the backpack. Nap time in the knapsack. Smartphone for the dumb bread. Clip full of the bad. Bad bitch in the bed frame. Same one for the break hang. Mindset for the next move. No time for the head game. I'm a vibe, I'm a trip, I'm a journey. I'm a dog at the game in the gurney. Yo, bitch probably came with the scurvy. She be playing more games than attorney. Turn up, turn wheel on the yacht deck. Cold drink, hardwood and a hot neck. Grotesque protest when I shop wreck. Gotta now give a fuck who got next. 8 good tall glass of the Merlot. Pin game got the cash on turbo. Teed up with the iron like Top Golf. New whip with the top piece chopped off. Off work I came to play. 2 blunts tall Tanqueray. Don't simp get paid today. That hate can't make a stay. Out west where the Lakers stay. And I'm still up getting to the bread like I 3. If it ain't about that, don't dial me. Put a little right in your act, baby. Do it for your bread and your black babies. Nigga, don't flex, just build muscle. I'm up, I still hustle. Ball game like Bill Russell. Rap game on Chris Wallace. Make a nigga wanna switch wallets. Give a fuck what a bitch call it. No shit for the faint of heart. Get rich, nigga, play your part. 5 bands, 2 days apart. This shit like ancient art. And I'm still in the hood like an engine. Slide 4 deep, done division. Papa my shit for the pension. Pretty little freak in the mentions. Checking her physique and dimensions. Let a nigga peep your position. In the backpack. Nap time in the knapsack. Smartphone for the dumb bread. Clip full of the bad. Bad bitch in the bed frame. Same one for the break hang. Mindset on the next move. No time for the head game. Kush pack in the backpack. Nap time in the knapsack. Smartphone for the dumb bread. Clip full of the bad. Bad bitch in the bed frame. Same one for the break hang. Mindset for the next move.